good friend who is probably on the train right now on our way home, who listens to us from time to time and give her commentary probably after the show sometimes. Good afternoon to our friends in Miami and Texas also. This is the third umpire, and myself and the first umpire, Mr. Selvon Mitchell. Cynthia, if you're looking, Selvon is on the show today. Selvon.
Afternoon, Trinidad and Tobago. Welcome again to the Empire. I just say also I had to reach out to my friend in Abuja, Dr. Wallace William. I know he's out there. He listens regularly. He's on one of our group chats in Trinidad, doing human service for the CARICOM region out in Africa. One of our unsung heroes, really and truly without recognition. He continued to fight that Pan-Africanism fight. And so he keep trotting with Professor Lulumba at the outside there. Hope they much success, Doc, as you all outside there. Those in the Iwer family, the Iwer George family, management and staff, we say good afternoon. Yes, afternoon to everyone and welcome.
Great. Now, we as the third umpires, we usually, and I would say this to sometimes to those who are listening to us for the first time, we are the third umpires, and this show is coined in a cricket analogy and a metaphor, I should say. And we usually see the baton side, or the baton side certainly is the government in office, the ruling party, and the fielding side is usually represented by the opposition, the red and yellow.
Yeah.
That's their uniforms.
Yeah.
And what we do is we don't make the news, but we certainly analyze it. We analyze the game, and the game includes both parties.
Yeah.
In most cases. So we analyze the game, and we analyze other things too. We look at geopolitics. We see how geopolitics and the issues involving the geopolitics is infused in the trying to be the running of the country, the economy, how it affects us to a large extent. And that is the nature of the show. Those of you who are looking at us on YouTube, I don't know if it's because of the color I wear today. It usually doesn't happen, but it is not showing up very, you're not getting very clarity, but at least you can see my face still. Right? That being said, Selvon Mitchell and I, Stephen Matheson, we are the officiating umpires today, as our friend from La Hogota usually say, and we will tell you as it is.
Yeah.
The way we see it, we analyze the game. But as we say game, as we speak, we know probably half of our audience
in front of the television right now
on the show, in front of the show, France and Morocco.
Yeah.
Those people who are really football enthusiasts will probably be looking at France as a team to win. I am a kind of underdog kind of person, so I would, if I have the opportunity, I would back Morocco. Right? And for good reasons. There are a lot of controversy as of today. The controversy is growing exponentially every day. You heard what Jack Warner had to say in his support for the removal of
the president of FIFA.
I think they are taken away from these decisions to a large extent are going against the credibility of FIFA and the game itself.
Really thought football and FIFA was one of the last bastions of sportsmanship, eh?
Well, I mean, it's a little more than sportsmanship. I mean, the last hour yesterday, we spoke a lot about this, and it has a lot to do with geopolitics. It has a lot to do with
and when you bring that into the whole thing of sports, then you kind of muddy the water.
Well, that's always been like that in Selvon.
But to the extent, to the extent it is now, today.
We in Trinidad, we just looking at the sport. We just like Brazil. We like, but for them, this is like war. It's like war, and it is more like no, I don't want to say race, but for us, we would more than anything else prefer a black country to win when we, or a country that looks
Underdog,
like us,
underdog, yeah.
to represent, to look like us.
Yeah.
But we saw what happened in the Argentina game,
Yeah.
and that didn't leave a good taste for a lot of people. So much so that about 9 European countries would have petitioned FIFA
yes.
to review not just the VAR system, but the credibility of the game in terms of refereeing and in terms of the commingling of world leaders and their influence on the
hands
game.
inside the game.
It looks like the hands in the game. And certain games look to a large extent fixed.
Yeah.
And that is a concern. That is a concern. It wasn't a concern so much when it started, but for now, after so many days in the football, we are clearly seeing that there are some issues.
Do you see that? We are West Indies cricket, and West Indies cricket. Some people may say become just a fast now. With neither here nor there. Them boys play, they win. They win. But the interest and the passion we had yesteryear is not there no more, because it seemed to be now more of a business than really sportsmanship, as the case may be.
But certainly for Test cricket,
Yeah.
I don't even watch Test cricket.
Yeah,
I mean, we win the game with the Sri Lanka. I don't really watch. The next umpire who will be here, he's more a cricket fan.
Yeah.
Right? I would watch the
one days and
the
them.
one day, the
Yeah.
T20 and that kind of thing. I like that. That will excite me. I'll go in the stadium and look at that.
And one day they say the coach is the selector and the this is the that, and I try and figure out, well.
But even with the Test cricket, to me it had so much politics in that long time with regional politics. But still, it to me it never really generated the kind of controversy you're seeing today.
Yeah.
With this World Cup, because you're seeing so much unfairness, and this is a bigger game.
Yes.
Right? There are more people, there are
the
more
globe
money.
is watching this.
You have more money involved, plenty money, millions of dollars. There are countries vying to host the game, and you have all kind of issues.
It's a business, a big business.
It's a big business. Yeah. We looking at this thing as small.
No, we look at it as sports.
Men in Las Vegas and thing are sitting down and betting $10 million something on a game on a man.
People check the TV rights for this all of this thing. You understand?
This big money thing.
So I mean, when you go back to the Caesar and them and the trading man in the pit with the land,
right? The
Colosseum,
and
it's entertainment.
It's the same thing.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
We
just are killing people now.
This is just it on a different spectrum,
a more humane spectrum. Back then, it's till the death and busy who thumbs up or thumb up. We know you kill the man and so forth. And sometimes they say these things are created to keep the masses at bay.
The gladiators.
The gladiators and them, when the masses get going on bad, throw some sports for them and distract them from the problems and so.
Yeah.
And so now we're seeing that really, I used to watch basketball long time, a lot. I played basketball a lot. And only to realize that every final must go down to 7 games. It must go down to 7 games. You will win 2, you win 2, you win 2, but it have to go down to 7 games. Nobody could win 4 and upset the thing. So we had cause you win the 7 games. Right? And who win the majority of the 7 win. Why it had to go down to 7 every time?
Yeah.
It must go down. No matter what happens. All going. I say, man, the mama guy in me, man. This is not sport. This big business. This entertainment. It come like, wrestling. This WWE wrestling. All them things.
Man getting hold and waking up.
And next thing you see, you think some meat down the road, some piece of steak. So all these things come in as really entertainment now. Yeah, we got choose who we like. The thing was really entertainment, and the seriousness of it. We're meant talking
The
style
real
and strategy.
sportsmanship and the
It fading away.
It's like a game show now.
You remember last year they had the cricket match in Guyana, where Trinidad lost to Guyana.
Yeah.
You know, how many 20 runs or something like that they make, and your mama guy in my breads. All of them going and only make about 20 runs and lost the match.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
those things really tell you have nothing to do. Well, let me watch a movie, let me watch some cricket. It'll fall in the realm of another thing to do. Instead of taking valuable time and putting towards it, it'll water down itself to that.
the good thing is, if they change back the system, I'm not seeing that it devalues the sport in any way. Because, I mean, the cricket has the third umpire system. This VAR with the camera looking at replaying the game and looking to see the foul and that kind of thing. If it was done objectively, then probably someone now, this is something new to football, but someone looking in, a person like me looking in and looking at the replays, would still be able to say it has some objectivity in the game, it has some fairness in the game and thing. But I've seen some really, really, really atrocious decisions that frustrate me the hell out of me. What is them looking for, boy?
Yeah.
This man clearly went at the ball and you get a foul and you get a penalty, boy, for that, boy. The referee didn't even call it before. Clearly, we have problems with that system.
Yeah.
I don't know what they will do, but the world is having a problem with it. And once people didn't get what they expect, they will. I mean, you can't please everybody, but if you just play the game right and
that's all.
just
Please
deal with
everybody.
it.
Just play within the rules. That's all
within
people are saying. Play within the rules.
Yeah. So that is something. And what is interesting is that these petitions have been made, and normally, if you petition FIFA like a vice president or something, the country will do it, or the region will do it, go and get blacklisted or go and get sanctioned or something. You didn't see that happen this time. You didn't see that happening. So clearly, FIFA probably realized that they have some problems.
Yeah.
Clearly, FIFA realized that there are some problems.
Noise, the amount of people making noise give credibility to the concern now.
Right.
To a large extent.
So I wait to see what happens with.
I feel, as you say that, it'll resume to a stage, boy, where you have Android as referee, if you want some serious neutrality and so forth.
Accurate. AI
is the referee, and that is it. We done with that. You program the AI with the rules of the game, and you're done, because people have bias. He's human being in the field. He may not like, I just saying, he may not like a white man or Chinese or African. He may have some innate bias, and he might have country bias. He might have a bet running on an you don't do. He's a human being.
Well, that is
and he's subjected to them shortcomings.
That is what it appears as though the FIFA officials seem to be. It appears so. And I was looking at a video today where they were actually showing the FIFA president, and when he
when somebody score, he's excited, he's happy.
And when and it's supposed to be a neutral thing, especially for FIFA.
Yes.
And when he went to America, he gave Trump a gold-plated World Cup insignia and all that kind of thing. And the other countries, the other Mexico and Canada and that kind of thing, was up in arms with it. There is question of there is a question, but it wasn't no real attention was paid.
What about the red card for the American footballer?
Well, right. So now, with Donald Trump calling and asking for that review and all that kind of thing, that is now back in the fray. And those questions have been asked. So people may be held accountable now, because the world is looking, and the European nation, the most powerful bloc, certainly is having a problem. The most powerful bloc is having a problem, and they are questioning those actions by the referee in recent times. Let me take this call.
Yeah.
I see someone. You can call us back, caller, right? So that to a large extent opens the door to question the credibility of the game and the credibility of the referee and the credibility of the whole system, especially the advanced system.
Yeah.
Right?
We ever had, I'm not an avid football fan per se, but we ever had this challenge in FIFA before when it comes to football?
Yeah.
To this extent?
No, well, not to this extent, but you remember FIFA vice president was and Seth Blatter, all of them,
yeah.
they went through the series, I think, with corruption and
No. In terms of the game itself, in terms of judging the game
but by the
on
way,
the field.
but when that happened, you know, America had their hand in that, right?
Wasn't that the year they didn't get
That FIFA,
they wanted it when Jack.
So you know when you know Jack talking now, you know that Jack seen the same thing. Jack want to say I tell all of that.
Yeah. Been
But
there.
America,
I've been there. Yeah.
So it's serious.
Well,
serious.
So we look on. I know people are heavy bets running on these games and so forth.
Me not know that. I would like to see how upset today. Serious upset today. I mean, I it could very well happen with France.
The fact that it is countries, I really have a high expectation that.
Let me take this. Let me take this.
Yeah, definitely.
Good afternoon, caller.
Hi, good afternoon. Good afternoon to everybody. The question you asked just now there, the other announcer would have asked. From my little time watching football, from 1986 coming onward, you have Avalanche, then Sepp Blatter coming down to Infantino.
Mm-hmm.
They have never had no challenges, and you're correct. This is me speaking from my observation, to say that, you know, why this, why that, how this, how that. But there were always issues because the Avalanche, when he became the president in 1974, if memory serves me correct, according to the history, his son-in-law had some power broker as well. He had a son-in-law,
yes,
who was involved in football, Teixeira or something in the
I remember reading about that.
Yeah, and then now, when after he stepped out, after his time come, then Sepp Blatter took over and so this goes on. But what went on to me, what we see happen there, what all the issues that they're saying about corruption. Going back, we have also had this in 1978. It's just 1978 we lived because the Argentinian government threatened a lot of countries not to bring the star players. Johan Cruyff was alleged that he was threatened not to come. But he's passed away now. He can't speak for himself. Maradona, the system Diego Maradona said in 1998 the football has been rigged for
But
France
he
to
too,
win.
but he too was part of it. Maradona too was part of it.
He was part of it too. I can remember when we lost 1-0 in 1989. They said Jack Warner was walking through Piaco International with a briefcase, handcuffed his hand alongside the then Prime Minister, who is also deceased now. It's the amount of stories we have been hearing. But nobody has ever been charged. Nobody ever came down. All they did look at Jack Warner, just stepped down.
But in any
France
case,
when
in the past with FIFA, once a region or a club or whatever raise questions against, because you first had to go through a review period and all that kind of thing, right? You can't just go directly to FIFA just so. Right? FIFA is like a
government.
Right? But usually that club or that region or whoever will get sanctioned.
Yeah, it's true.
Right?
Because if you can recall, some in the early 2000s, or I think it's in the late 1900s, Nigeria was banned all levels of their game.
Yeah.
Because I think the then Prime President was Jonathan Goodluck. And he did something and he said, no, leave football for FIFA. You just put out your money for the budget, the national budget, and finance the sport, the facility.
Correct.
Let FIFA run FIFA. I don't know if you can recall that they were banned from everything, from all levels of the game.
Not just them, a couple of other countries experience that kind of thing. There was someone in the CONCACAF region who I think had that experience also at some point in time. Right?
Okay.
But
so
this
they
is
never challenged. I never seen to challenge the hierarchy. Nobody. Usually they just ask questions and that's it.
But
That's
but
my
no, I don't know if you've seen what happened now in Europe. With
Yeah,
9
that's true.
countries
Yes,
that-
yes, it's true.
Huh?
Yeah, it's true. They really people are asking questions now. What, when, why, and how.
So I'm waiting to see how that goes because to me, the credibility of the game, the credibility of the sport, the credibility of this whole World Cup cannot.
It has been watered. Yeah, cannot go like this. It's watering down.
You cannot leave it for the credibility to be challenged in that kind of way because not to be challenged,
Yeah.
but to be put in a position where you
Doubt.
it's-
There is doubt.
There's plenty money you're dealing with
Yeah,
here,
yeah,
there's billions of dollars.
Yeah,
in it.
that billions of dollars.
So
Yeah, so yeah, that's it. Always as again a lockdown listening, I'll hang up for someone to listen.
Yeah.
But yeah, as usual, you always doing a good job. Keep it up. Always lockdown listening every day. As God stay alive,
Right.
enjoying something. Yeah, so lockdown listening.
I appreciate it.
great, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it is something that certainly that is worth looking at because there's plenty money people spending here. It have places where you spend like $3,000-4,000 just for a seat.
Yeah, I remember they were talking about this bidding process for tickets and so forth. To go I say, interesting.
It's not normal. It's not
This
normal.
is normal. That ain't normal. When,
Normal.
you know, who went through it, Mariana was going through it in terms of how this bidding process go for a ticket for this World Cup. I say, I had a bid for, really had to like football, man. Really had to like football.
Or even if you like football, it is getting engrossing. And I went like when I went and watched the Brazil game. When Brazil played the last Brazil game, no, the one before the Galaxy when they played, I think it was Haiti.
Yeah.
Right? Everybody watching football and well, you know, most Trini were Brazilians before this World Cup.
Yeah.
Right? And even now people still love Brazil. If it our next World Cup, I still supported Brazil. Me personally, I just like Brazil. I grew up on Brazil,
Yeah.
right? But things have changed. A lot have changed. Even Argentina. Argentina was a team that, just like the people who supported Brazil, they had a whole set of people supporting Argentina too because they play the same, similar kind of football. But you know, a lot have changed now. We're looking at in the time and places like Germany, West Germany, and Socrates and you know, all them big
Kevin
players.
Keegan,
Yeah.
Barnes, and these guys, and then we go red.
Yeah. John Barnes was in England.
England, and Kevin Keegan was in England. Yeah.
So,
But in terms, I look at the football, and I saw Haiti.
yeah. But
quality-
Haiti playing
Yeah. I saw this. I say
But
Haiti.
just it wasn't finishing. But it was playing. Listen, when they played Brazil,
Yes.
boy, this one time I wanted.
I admire them.
I admire them. And the play was playing all over Brazil too at some point in time.
Yeah. But
But it wasn't finishing.
The point I'm getting at, where they find time in Haiti to train?
Nah, don't say that.
No, I don't know.
We just had this kind of stereotype.
No.
The country's still running, no.
I know, but you look at the quality. They come jokey there,
Yeah.
which means they had focus, attention.
Because you had Jamaica, who is like the sports capital.
Okay, right. Yeah, Trinidad, we make it, and I see Haiti make it.
Yeah.
So what is happening? And you had to peep and see what's going on in Iran.
Yeah, boy.
Iran was fighting,
Iran
blowing up, boom.
Iran was running real good ball. I watched a game with Iran. I said, what?
Drones blowing, boom. But they were practicing. Either they practicing some other country, or they were I don't know. They was practicing.
Yeah.
But when I look at the brand under the dress and the pressure they're experiencing at home,
Correct.
I say, but we didn't experience that. We happy like Papi and we can't make it, and them fellas making it, and so forth. And it's I do understand our football to a large extent. To me, our sport has a lot more personalities in it than anything else.
No, I think we didn't reach nowhere far with sports because the investment not there. And not just the investment by government, but the investment by business and that kind of thing. We're not putting in that kind of... You see, as you were saying, or Ronaldo was saying yesterday, somebody was saying a few days ago, sports for us, we partying and things still want to go and... Listen, sports for real sports people.
club.
countries,
People
clubs
singing,
and things.
People had
Listen,
the club uniform
snow,
on.
wherever.
We going
You had to be
outside,
out there,
yeah.
you know. You
Yeah,
had to
yeah,
come and
yeah.
train. You had to do all that kind of thing. For us, it's still a party thing.
Yeah.
We still want a party last night.
And
And,
then I
and
feel,
one
why I
train
say
and-
personality, because for some reason, we will have football me in the stadium. We have a sort of stadium all about Manny Ramjohn, Otto Bolden, and we go down the road.
Them little toy, I
And-
call them
and-
comedy
and-
center. You ever see one of them big stadium?
Wait, no,
where
no, no,
game
no.
playing
And
there?
we're
It's
getting
nothing
at-
like this, you know.
When we having matches here, don't you say 10% full?
Well, this is what I'm saying.
And
And it's like a community center.
I can so something wrong in how we promote club football in the first instance, which means club is isolated to a few people, but in England, the club is the community it's from, you know.
Right.
So when we going to play football, the whole community coming to support
Yeah.
the club from
Yeah.
Moruga.
Yeah.
Moruga going to play Diego Martin, so the whole of Moruga come down, so you have the stadium full because it's, and who looking to play them after coming to see what game
Plus,
they're
there
playing.
are other investments like business and
Exactly.
advertising and all that kind of thing. It's big
So
money.
we-
Not no small
and
thing. Even
when-
club football is big
When you have a
money.
Manchester have a following, they have a members, they have a club, they have members and so forth, they have the branded jersey, they have, so they take it serious as a club. It's not we, you know, it's all of us.
Yeah. They,
And we
they
have-
market the thing differently
Yeah,
and they see
And we are
sports
learning. What I'm saying,
differently.
we're not learning. We're not learning because we still have 20 men in the stadium.
Yeah, well, we still have the plantation mentality.
This
we
is
want
it.
to send we players. If we want we players to go across it. We ain't developing nothing for ourselves. And
That's what I
the
said.
Jamaicans have taught us that, you know, how backward we are with respect to sports. If you really want to excel in things like track and field, look at
Yeah.
the girl from St. Lucia, I think it's St. Lucia, who
Yes. Yeah, I think so.
who went Jamaica
Yeah.
and was she was really a big fan of Usain Bolt, and what she did, I mean, she became
Yeah.
and still is probably one of the greatest 60 and 100 meter runner sprinter.
I must check again, and for our next program, I know that we have incentive to companies, tax incentive for investing in sport and sport activity and so forth in Trinidad.
I don't know, that still exists. I mean,
Well, I'll check if it still exists, but I know that was one of the incentive given to companies to support sporting activities and so in Trinidad. I never see any real impetus by any company to really throw heavy money behind sports as the case. I haven't seen it really and truly, and I guess people have their interests and they focus their money where their interest is, but I guess sports are still making $300 million without putting anything in sports. So at time with sports for, I don't know, but clearly, if Haiti and Iran could reach outside there, some team from the Caribbean should be outside there too. I'm saying,
well,
based on the adversity.
Haiti representing the region,
No, Haiti represent Haiti. They have time with we. Because we sell what? So probably we should look at how we are West Indies. We should look at our West Indies football team now. I don't know.
that shouldn't be a bad idea.
Because we are West Indies cricket team.
Although we may still have the same problem.
Yes, we West
Just
Indies
saying.
cricket team have.
Yeah.
Personality is Banana Republic.
We still
Plantation
we
thinking. It's a plantation
still can't
thinking
see
thing.
ourselves as one. I don't know why we
Yeah.
still fighting among ourselves in that kind of way.
CARICOM, what was happening. So I'm saying, relative to just Trinidad, club football, and we have to think club football, I think we have what we call one-manism. I must be it, but if you have, me and what they call them club, Jablote, a club, right? Which are San Juan Jablote, they're from San Juan. How ingrained is, I don't know, probably somebody outside there who listen could tell me, is San Juan Jablote in the San Juan community to say, San Juan, this is our club, right? It is not Clico founded club, it's not Harry club, it's a San Juan Jablote club, it's San Juan. And so when we're going to play a match, it's San Juan we representing.
Well, they call you name, but remember, football all over the world is a competitive sport. So just like club football in England,
Yeah.
where they would look for the best players from all over the world to buy those players. It's the same mold, the same pattern, the same thing they use here too for those little sporting thing. They get people. You're looking for the best player. You're
No,
not
no
necessarily
problem with
looking
that,
for
you know.
somebody from
How-
a particular geographic area
No,
kind of thing.
how we can rally our community. Manchester could rally Manchester.
Yes, well, I
Liverpool
understand
could
that.
rally Liverpool.
I understand
People.
that, yeah.
And you actually see them in the jersey and they're singing the team song and all kind of thing. And what I'm saying is that how we never develop our club football or club cricket along those lines
Well,
and so forth.
I don't know why it hasn't happened. I know to some extent we have, and all those football enthusiasts might be glued to the television right now as we speak, but I know there are some hue of it in Trinidad, but it ain't no way where it should be.
Yeah, as measured based on
because
the-
we have some of the greatest talent
we do.
in any part of the world, Trinidad and Tobago. It's just that we haven't found a way to harness it. Because we have probably the best climate you could get. We have very strong people. We have, I don't know if it's our gene or what, but we have people who could perform in any area if they get the right kind of training and the right kind of exposure and that kind of thing. And you don't necessarily have to go away or leave Trinidad and Tobago to get that. I mean, right here we have some good people. We have some good people who could train you. We had some good people who had the right exposure and all that kind of thing. But for whatever reason, the investment, investment is not there.
If we talk about it and some
I
other
would just
research.
know, the investment in government and
Private
in
sector.
private sector.
Yeah.
Just
Well, this is
not
what I'm
there.
going to say. If we want to develop, we had the cricketing in Cuba down there, and we had the swimming, and we have the cycling velodrome, so which means the partnership government would have invested a few $100 million in facilities and so forth. Likewise, they who built under Jack Warner all these stadiums, so they have invested some in infrastructure.
Yeah, but you
now
see-
we had to take it to the next
You
level.
see the maintenance and the
Yeah,
let me show
the
you
next level.
Let me show you something. We had this whole hoorah about swimming and thing. And we said that, a lot of young people in areas like Lavantil and thing need to expand the horizon and get into other sports because they had the talent and thing and learn to swim and thing. They built some almost Olympic-sized swimming pool in Mova and Lavantil.
Yeah.
If you pass anywhere, you just do a drone shot at them swimming pool. The water green. Nothing happening for months in them thing. More than a year. All kind of frogs and all kind of things.
They set up those things based on a feeling, There's no proper SWOT analysis
so you're
done.
telling me
Yeah.
that these sporting organization and that kind of thing, you just set up these multi-million-dollar facilities just for a feeling or just for,
Yeah,
for
just
a
a
vote
feeling.
or something to
Yeah,
say,
yeah, yeah.
I
We
do
did that. Yeah, we did that.
And no,
I remember-
no
I-
plan
I remember-
to upkeep those things. No plan to. I drive past that two in Lavantil and move
I
on,
just passed one on the lady
It
on the
one-
left hand side, down in a hole
before
there.
before
Yeah.
you drive
Yeah.
by traffic light,
Yeah.
if you watch across there, you'll
I
see
see
one, a
one,
big
yeah.
one.
Yeah.
And then that one inside in the interior Lavantil.
I didn't know that.
What do you call that place, boy? Where Despers was, opposite Despers. Down inside.
Okay.
Right? Those pools are not functional right now. For months or more than a year. Or 2 years, I should say, in some cases.
Yeah.
And if you do the right thing, them things are really very, very expensive for a government to maintain. You could make your pool a
Well, this
salt
was
water
tell-
pool.
Of
and,
course,
and
this
you-
was tell-
yeah, you make your pool a salt water pool. That
So
cost
the
you next to
infrastructure is
nothing.
there, but let me tell you something. Again, if it wasn't built off, and we talk about this on Tuesday, if it wasn't built off a holistic strategic plan where we want to take, okay, we do our analysis to determine that there's interest in swimming by our young people or the community, the society as a whole. And then we determine what level of interest and where is this interest located. We just build all about the place, in Koki and up, so we build a pool in Maloney, and we just build pool. Because it is a feel-good thing, and if feel like we build a pool, we care about all your... It come like this, there's a saying. politicians are people who build bridges where there are no rivers, you know.
Correct.
You build the pool, but on the and I remember Andy Roberts talking about this scuba, the swimming.
Oh, no, that one.
Wait, well, no, it's function. Well, he back on, but it wasn't functioning. The water was green. Same thing, that pool, all kind of thing. We spent close to $300 million building a facility, and nobody maintaining
I'm
it.
telling you, I mean, and a pool is an expensive facility to build, but when you build it, it's a really very, very, very expensive to
Sport
maintain.
company can tell you most of this money that sport company goes into maintenance of facility, you know. So in terms of that whole vision of sport was never really thought out thoroughly, you know.
No, we haven't. And not only...
It was just a knee-jerk reaction, you know.
It's just like an employer. An employer will spend a lot of money when things are good to recruit people and that kind of thing. As soon as times get bad, the first thing they want to do is to let go employees. Right? It's the same thing with governments. Right? For that feel-good moment or to promote yourself in a certain way, you build all these pool and you say you're doing all these things because a wave, maybe somebody might have win a medal or something by luck, a flukes. Right? Not like Jamaica. A flukes, and it happened because, as you say, we had no plan.
Yeah.
And then they say, okay, well, we'll build some pools, we'll do this, we'll do this.
Because everybody hype is
kind of
swimming now, yeah.
But they did that with no real plan, no real strategic plan down the road. How are we going to maintain that? How are we going to upkeep that?
Do we have coaches
right?
for this?
What kind of coaches we have?
Yes.
They did that without that. So the results, the net result of that is what we have right now.
Yeah.
Right? Because as soon as we have a problem with revenue, the first thing we cut.
You shut down them thing.
We ain't putting no money in them things.
That
making no sense.
Making sense. Suddenly they're making sense.
Suddenly making sense. And then when we send our ad, we spend a little dollars and we send me at least to World Cup and not World Cup, the Olympics
and so, yeah.
And nothing happened. We wondering why. Public making us stand noise about. You know?
Yeah.
We ain't understand. Sports is big business. There's plenty money to spend. You understand?
Yeah.
Plenty money had to spend. You had to do a number of things to make a sportsman a perfect sportsman, a person who could fire on all pistons.
You know, long time, I mean, years ago, when fellas training for national team and so forth, I hope it changed now. I don't pay attention to it much. You know, men go to work, do the 8 to 4, and after 4 they go and practice and all kind of things to be a national team and so.
In real, if you want to get real results,
that is your work.
That
is your job. You get up in the morning, you train. Is your work. That's what you do. Is your job. That is 8 to 4.
Proper meals.
Yep.
Proper housing. You see that thing what Jack wanna do up Center Excellent? That is the model.
There's a job. You come to work in the morning.
So we had to create a few of that.
Yep.
Big 10 times mega size ones. Right? And even sport tourism, like Jamaica. I admire Jamaica.
Well,
I look at these stories. Jamaica is an island to reckon with sports.
I was of the opinion, and I was looking at it. I was asking Andy Roberts, I don't have a number not like that. I was of the opinion the vision for Couva with the cycling and the swimming was for sport tourism to a large extent because you built world-class facility we built. It wasn't a village thing.
Yeah, that one was
world-class standard.
standard.
And I thought, okay, good, I like it. So now we can have a world-class facility where we have this level of sport tourism in terms of cycling, in terms of swimming now, and then we surround it now with the accommodation. Yes, because when people come in, they come with the trainers and the coach and the this and the that. And the officials and so forth. I thought that we was going and partnership came out and nothing happened in 9 years. And we spent $500 million in the back there, man.
Yeah. And it's the same thing it's the same thing I'm saying. I mean, even non-traditional sport like gymnastics and all that kind of thing, and Tamar Williams and the other girl who was probably reached a certain place. Where you think that all these things are areas where you have people, and there's none of you pass down St. John, by that park down there, Nelson Mandela Park, and you see all the white people and that kind of thing playing sports and certain kind of sports like lawn tennis and trend from you seen 5-year-old on the lawn tennis court with coach, right? But you look at all of them white, right? So you know what's going on. But what I'm saying is, this is not to say that that is any race thing or anything. But what I'm saying is, we need to focus on the areas that we feel we have young, strong, able-bodied people who have that kind of sporting gene and all that kind of thing in them, to be able to do certain things for Trinidad and Tobago. Trinidad and Tobago it's not just beautiful women, you know. We have real talented people in Trinidad and Tobago. We just have to be able to handle it.
We have won a number of gold medals, you know, the Artos and the Laras. We have, but a lot of the time they did it on their own. Where's the guy who was through the javelin? Keyshawn Walcott. You ask how much involvement the state had in your development, and maybe 2% is plenty, really and truly.
So we make a lot of noise
when they win, but in terms of investing in athletes,
support, and that to me is unfortunate.
Himself by corporate
and business, corporate to a large extent. You have to really put some of the blame on them. Because you know, people, it's just about profits. When we are banned as bandwagoners, we happy when we see in certain kind of potential when it close up, but you're not even stopping to consider how they reach it.
Well, I see Mia Motley have a twist to it, and we could segue that into sport, where she told the business community in Barbados. Was it in Barbados or the CARICOM Summit? I think CARICOM Summit had that's going on now. Wait, have in St. Lucia, St. Kitts it is. Where they had sort of conference with the private sector, all the heads and so forth. And what she was basically saying, well, look, Barbados have shifted to say, here what's going on. There are certain essential things that people need to live. And she called Neil and Marcy name. He said, you all have to make $46 million every quarter, you know. Make a 13, and reduce the price of some of the critical things that people need in your grocery.
Okay.
You understand?
And that is
so really and truly, if corporate really interested in people's development, she said, because when they meet, they won't harass you to rob your place and break your place if the belly full, you know.
Correct.
But if the belly empty, they'll come and harass you. So understand what you're doing with all this profit you're making.
And that is...
Invest back in the people. If the happy people have time to break in and rob nobody and hands up nobody.
Remember we were talking about the capitalist system?
Yes.
Somebody capitalist system.
Yes. Right? And then you worry why crime high. You want more police.
So you wonder why in controlled economies they have a better stance on, not a better stance, a better, more control on certain things in the economy in terms of crime and everything. You ain't committing no crime in certain places because you commit crime. First you have no need to commit.
You don't need to commit. Right? You start with that.
It's a socialist system, so most of the things, nobody fall into the crack, so they know you before you fall into the crack. But if you play mad and you do certain things, you fall outside, you want to live a certain kind of lifestyle that we didn't prescribe, then you have some problems with the law. You understand?
You have a problem with society, because society would frown, because society would say, we provided for you. You have no cause to do that. Now, people sympathize sometimes with crime and criminality when it takes place, you know, and say, well, you know, we know you do wrong, but here we say it in the back of your head. Well, the man get lay off day, boy, but... I tell you, quietly.
That's the product of the capitalist
system.
Really care about you.
And this is why, when the man break the law, people say, he break the law, they go lock him up, you know. But I understand why he thief, you know, but they will lock him up. But we understand why he thief. Not that we are provided for him. He have no cause to thief, so let me deal with him. Although we say let we deal with him, we have some understanding now. You understand? And it can't be both. It had to be he break the law.
No, that is what the moralists will say. But the thing is, according to the law, you break the law.
Yeah.
You understand the consequences for it.
No,
But
yeah.
one of the things in a not, I don't want to say perfect society,
Yeah,
but one of the
yeah.
things that government should consider
Mm-hmm.
is creating conditions that make it comfortable, at least comfortable for everybody to survive.
So that what me and Motley was saying is that there are certain basic things, breads. You don't have to mark it up 40%, breads. There are certain essential things people need. She say, hey, mark up your cheese and your wines and all kind of thing. And I think people need to live on.
Right. And that's why
You'd have to make the 40%.
and that is why one of my thesis
Yeah.
some time ago, even when you was on the program a lot with us.
Yeah.
And when we were talking about the budget,
Mm-hmm.
I was saying, you see things that not good for you, you things that killing people, you things that costing us a lot of money in the hospital and things.
80% you mark it up.
Yeah.
tax on
you
that.
could sell a sweet drink, a soft drink for $100.
Yeah, $90 or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Neither here
Right?
nor there.
Because you want people to drink it, but even if you have money to drink it, then you're going to have money to spend.
Because
to
when you
take
drink
care
it
of
now,
yourself.
yeah,
Mhm.
we had to spend a few $100,000 in
In the
hospital
hospital, that was
with you.
saying, that
You know how
was
much for a
saying.
heart operation in the hospital? About
Boy.
$100,000.
And you're getting that free.
And for free, but we paying for it because we tell you go and
Politicians are
eat.
thinking, make them think,
We
make
tell
them
you
think
go and
very
eat
expensive.
nutritious outside there.
Make things like flour, and yeah, I know they will never do that. But
You
sugar
can make flour healthy,
and-
cassava flour, all there's alternative. What I'm saying, this gluten and this flour and so forth. Why we are spending $4 billion to $5 billion on health in a country with 1.3 million? Are we mad?
Correct.
Are we so unhealthy
Yeah.
that our health bill had to be?
because we are thinking about the things we're encouraging
Yeah.
and allowing people to eat. We're thinking about it.
So nobody is saying, but why in a little country, a Mickey Mouse country, a little square rock, our highest budget is health? What are we doing? And every year it increasing a little bit. Then we're not fixing anything.
Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, if you've been listening to us for the past hour, you can certainly join us on the other side of the hour. We are taking pause and fabric right now.
You've got bills to pay, and so do we. Let's go pay some bills on the street 919 FM.
When every hand start waving, it's KFC a craving. Extra crispy or spicy, it blazing. But don't get left back, you better run down the line and grab a KFC before it's full time. When the game start kick off, fingers get lick off. Dipping popcorn chicken in 3 kinds of sauce. But careful with your tackle, keep your hand out the box or hand your red card and point to the spot. Now you dip on, you dip on, you dip on, you dip. Get your hand in the action before a ball kick. Yes, you dip on, you dip on, you dip on, you dip. Somebody bring the KFC quick, I'm telling you. Get your hands on KFC's extra crispy or spicy popcorn chicken, starting at just $35. Or grab the winning combination: 3 pieces of chicken and 4 tenders for $79.95. KFC, it's finger licking good.
TechFlex TT Limited, the #1 computer store in Trinidad and Tobago, has all your tech needs. We have the latest computers, powerful MacBooks, and affordable Chromebooks for school and work, providing new and refurbished options to suit everyone's budget. Also, we carry a variety of printer options and ink solutions for your home and office needs. Need repairs done? Our experienced technicians can solve your tech problems. Visit us now at any of our 2 locations: Wilson Road, Scarborough, next to Royal Castle, or Penco Street, Montrose, Chagonas. Call 235-4919 for more info. TechFlex TT Limited. Affordable tech. Exceptional service.
Blessings in the wonderful name of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. You are invited to listen to the Final Hour broadcast heard every Monday
from 11 p.m. to 5 a.m. in the morning on the street 919 FM.
Hear my mom, Pastor Helen Garcia, and myself, Pastor Valentine Garcia Jr., preach the Word of God to the elderly, youth, and children. We can be contacted at 629-0113 or 623-8444. The church is located at 26 Prince Street in Port of Spain. We look forward to you joining us. God bless you.
As my life I lay it on the altar, as my life.
When the the first whistle blows, your instincts kick in. You grab the bucket, dip, tear, share, and crunch down for every finger-licking good play. KFC Popcorn Chicken is back in the game. So get your hands in the action with extra crispy or spicy popcorn chicken starting at just $35. Try it with our winning sauces and get your hands messy with the drip. Or get the winning combination, 3 pieces of chicken and 4 tenders for $79.95. To satisfy every craving during game time, it must be KFC.
Peace of God be multiplied unto you in the precious name of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. This is Redemption Hour, a gospel program where God will reveal His mind to you on how to live a fulfilled life and to please Him in all areas. Join Pastor Femi Afolabi, the National Overseer of Deeper Christian Life Ministry, Trinidad and Tobago, and other seasoned ministers for a time of divine encounter as they minister and pray for you every Saturday by 9 o'clock in the morning of this station, Street FM 91.9. Our church is Deeper Life Bible Church, number 1 Cochrane Street, opposite Tunapuna Police Station, Tunapuna. The times of our services are as follows: Sunday worship service, 9 a.m., Monday Bible study, 6 p.m., Thursday revival hour, 6 p.m. The redemption hour is a life-changing moment you cannot afford to miss. For special prayer or counseling, contact Pastor Femi Afolabi on 778-9933. God bless you as you listen to this program. Jesus is Lord.
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are back, and a very interesting first half for those who was listening to us and not watching the game. France had a lot of shots at goal. They even got a penalty, but did not score. So at this time, the game is now 0-0. No one has scored. And, that's the nature of the game.
You think France may
penalty, and get saved.
France may Mbappe kick it or who kick it?
I don't know. I can't remember who it was. I didn't see who it was.
Them boys can end up France can end up going home then.
Well, we would see these Morocco seems to be giving some teams some headache. Right? You know who they give headache to reach where they reach. So let's see if France will suffer the same fate. And somehow I feel Ronaldo, if you're here, and somehow I feel Ronaldo looking at that game. He home somewhere looking at that game. Ronaldo is a France fan. But, you know, a few shows ago, we were talking about something, not an article, but a video that was trending on Facebook with Karen Teixeira Nunes. When we were talking about the issue of the arrest of the Hadid, and we linked it to something that she was saying on a video, and that video, she made that video about 2-3 years ago.
Yeah, a while, yeah.
And but that video is trending again on social media. I understand that she was on a television show sometime earlier, just before we came, and she got a heart attack.
Oh, a heart attack she got?
Yeah, that's what I was told. It's a heart attack she got. And but I don't know what is the state, what state she's in right now. But she was about to talk about that.
Well, yeah, we were sure. Speedy recovery whatever medical challenge that she experienced or has.
And you remember how her husband died?
Was operation too, bleed out, something like that. I understand.
So if that is, if the information that we have, if that is in fact true, then it is. I just wishing her well.
Yeah, definitely.
If she is in fact alive, just wishing her that speedy recovery from whatever she would have suffered.
Yeah, but she was very clear and pellucid in terms of what she spoke about in terms of the governance system, what she experienced as Minister of Finance.
She was very, very clear.
Very clear, She said, I was in the position, mate, and what I hear, I was there, who approached me and why they approached me and what position they wanted from FIU and so forth. So nobody didn't sue her after that, She called him and nobody.
She talked a lot about what Manon wanted to do.
Yeah.
What Manon wanted to do with respect to corruption and that kind of thing. I think my view, I think they was trying to tiptoe around the situation when they wanted to do the revenue authority. Even with the money and that kind of thing. Right. So the money, the changing of the money was in the Patrick Manon.
No, that was Stuart Young and Stuart Young and Rowley and yeah.
But it's interesting how government sometimes work. Sometimes they go at the things that they try to cut out a hand when they could just take you out.
Well,
so they try to stop the source. They try to close the pipe on you. But listen, just go at
the cause. What causing this thing? And Six Sigma, you had the DMAC model. Define where's the problem, right? It's a global thing, because as you're talking, they're looking at other jurisdictions and so forth, where business have so much influence on government, because to get in the government, we believe, to a large extent, we need business to fund what we're doing. And then the business,
we need business money first.
Money, and they have then influence over you and what you do, and then you wonder who really in charge, if it's the businessman or you in charge, because as far as he's concerned, he believes I own you because I give you $10 million for your campaign. So I come from a pound of flesh. And we, the citizens, have to be mindful that we end up getting policies that really the businessman make in his interests and not the man who we vote for who are actually making the policy. Because we think we put him there, but as far as the businessman concerned, I who put him there. You were just token in a boat.
Don't play you're ratting out on me or taking me out, because the next time around, when the tables turn, we will deal with you.
Yeah, and
you deal with you in a certain kind of way.
And you want the office so bad that you don't mind shaking hands with the devil.
Well, the thing is, my concern with what's going on and what's presumed to be happening, while I 100% support, if these people are guilty, I 100% support it. But you saw what happened in the court yesterday, where the magistrate said that you're not going and get no speedy trial as you was asking for, because their defense was for a speedy trial was that they feel as though they are targeted because of the race, the ethnicity, and the fact that the situation with the land lease and that kind of thing up there. And also, their defense was that the illness of the health of Hadid. And the judge said no.
I wonder if Africans feel that they are targeted by the police.
That's a good question.
When last state emergency,
obviously they feel they are targeted, but nobody care about that.
Nobody care about them. But I'm sure they feel we targeted, because every time you read is So a little African boy.
Who on the game of chess on the board is a pawn.
Yeah.
Really,
Yep,
and
yep.
you know that when you listen
Yeah.
to what Karen Tisha had to say. I mean, she was going to say some of it and going to explain it when
What
she suffered the attack.
Yeah.
But when you listen to what she have to say, those fellas was really the pawn.
Yep. And it's something I always talk about. The Robinson always talk about Ian Robinson, that is former Prime Minister. The men who run the country is the men behind the throne, not the men you're seeing. It's the men who do see behind the throne.
Correct.
And they are the finances of the party, and their interest is not as noble as you and I would sit down and talk here about country development.
Exactly.
Strategic
So we talking
plan
about,
and
we
pillars.
thinking about all of that. But it's in their best interest that they do it like that.
Well, no. For the man who's transporting prisoners, does he want crime to solve?
No.
Well, what we do here, you understand?
Otherwise you're going to interfere with him.
Exactly. So, does the man who have umbrellas, does he want people to be healthy? So we had to understand, and then these are the people now that will finance government and put them there. You feel they'll tell the government, fix health, fix crime, so I wouldn't make no money.
Correct.
Have a healthy nation in terms of healthy diet. Then all my stores outside that making unhealthy food are to close it down. So then my interest is not really to have a healthy population. When I put you there to make sure that
This is why a lot of the things, the utopic things that we talk about here, I am almost confident that them thing will never happen.
Never, of course, never. No, stop. No, you have to retract yourself and say, yeah, well, there will maybe a time when you'll have a party that come in that we call it the no finance party, you know, that people actually just vote for somebody who they don't want to be influenced by, big business or like that. People really just want to represent people.
But still, these business people, arms are very long, and they will, I mean, you're not going to last long. You're not going to last long. Cellphone, you're not going to last long. Right? I wait to hear what's happening with Karen with respect to this this situation here.
That she has, yeah.
But
isn't she a wolf crying in the wilderness? Anybody listening? Because what she said...
But she's been saying certain things long time.
Long time in the public domain.
In the public domain.
And nobody never got arrested or they challenge her on it. Or somebody can say a lie, taking you to court. Pre-action protocol letter, you can't call my name again. You never see that. You never saw it.
And we might be seeing... I think, I don't want to be the first person to say it, but we might be seeing some more movement in a particular area, more big people getting arrested and that kind of thing just now again.
Well, I just put it this way, let the chips fall where they may. You break the law, you do the crime, you do the time. And Manning always say, figure, but jail and make the right figure.
But, well, I don't know, I'm not going to say that too. but, it have a downside to that. And we have to also prepare ourselves for that, because if that's the way they're going, and if what Hadid and they are saying, they truly believe that, and the whole community believe that, then...
Believe what?
Believe that they are targeted and that kind of thing, then you'll have a run.
What is a run?
Well, if I am a billionaire and I'm making money and I could cut my losses, take all my money, say F it.
Yeah.
Right? What happens to all the people I was employing? What happens to my business? What happens to business in the country? What happens to everything? It means that
let me tell you something. No, you see, we can't panic about things like that.
No, I just saying.
We are a country that resilient, and those things I'm not fearful of that. You know why? We shut down Caroni, we're still here. We shut down Petrotrin, we're still here. We're a resilient economy. Many things have happened in Trinidad. We shut down CPEP, URP, reforestation. We're still here. We're resilient. We'll bounce back. We are creative kind of people and so forth. And we have to ask ourselves, if the industry that some people are profiting from, can the country do without it? Can we look for alternative measures or means to create employment or survive? Is it essential service to the extent?
Except the air we breathe, they make everything. They like the Chinese. Or they bring everything.
I wouldn't say that, no. If we analyze it step by step, what they do, the business, okay, they do water in bottle.
Don't call me. What I'm saying
No, that is in the public domain, I ain't saying. But
what I'm saying is, most of the food comes into Trinidad.
Okay, and
Most of
just now, stop right there. Stop right there. Most of the food,
every single
just now.
area you can think of, including petrochemicals.
Let me tell you something. I gotta understand. I'm glad you say that. The business side of it. If you understand the business side of it and what called monopoly and what called control, it have people I know who try to bring in products. Yeah? And because somebody else, some big business was bringing it in, the container stay on the port till it spoil and they get pressure here and they get pressure there and so forth. And it deterred. But anybody can bring in peas, cassava, dumpling, canned food. It's not prohibitive. We have an open market society here. If you are bringing a container of corned beef, you could bring it in too. That is, it's open. Distributorship is open. Anybody could go China and buy some. You and all just bringing us. I just bringing thing from China and say you just bringing thing.
Yeah, but if you could bring it in and it cost them for us bringing it in. If you see everything, okay,
you could bring it in way cheaper than them fellas bringing it in, and sell it cheaper than them fellas bringing it in. You understand what I'm saying? Way cheaper. I just bringing things until we. See how way I went? Cheaper than fellas bringing it in, but they have a monopoly and them alone have it. So they mark it up 200% because they control it.
Well, in most cases, they have the distributorship. They have the sole distributorship in some areas.
No, let me tell you something about sole distributorship.
Let
me give you one example.
You could go and bring BYD just so. You could bring a BYD just so.
Yeah. Plenty of people bringing on Range Rover, BMW, all kind of thing. I see one. Foreign news, you bring it down. You bring it down.
Okay.
People bring it down.
Foreign news, like foreign news. I'm talking about vehicles to sell.
Well, they're selling for a used car?
No, because new vehicles to sell. You could bring down Nissan, new brand vehicles to sell.
Well, somebody might be the agent to get from the manufacturer, but a man could get one for 20,000 kilos on it and bring it down and sell it. That new vehicle too.
Let me take Bataya. Good evening, Bataya.
Good evening.
Afternoon, Bataya.
Good afternoon. And yes, a foreign news dealer do bring new brand vehicles.
Yo, thanks for that heads up, man.
We have the man with the belt. Oro.
Yes.
I just, as you said that, I just passed in San Juan. And you're talking about Neil and Massey. Passed by a man that we call Speedway in Sawa. Remember that fella?
Yeah. Frankie Boudreaux. That was
Frankie. Real long boy.
That's Frankie Boudreaux.
And he around at Junham. He at one time was building a thing called Hustler. You remember that? Or you know about that?
A kind of real car like, yeah.
He had a 120Y engine, 120Y suspension, and fiberglass body.
That's good memory, Bacteria.
Mr. Robert Amar was building a thing called a Hustler. We have a local movie that's in the movie. Same thing, 120Y body engine, but Corolla suspension, but it's like a Volkswagen when you cut out the hood. You never see that?
Yeah.
Right here was built right here.
Yeah.
So I just passed by Frankie and saw something that Neil and Marcy bring along. And here my question to my lorry man. Where he get all this US? Because he is now selling MG, new brand. Where did he get this US to buy these new brand vehicles to bring here? And we complaining that we're going on the price. The reason why food stuff are going up in the supermarket is because grocery owners are telling you or suppliers telling they can't find US. But we are taking our US to buy cars. I have a new car company just landed in Trinidad a few months ago, and the government already have how many electric cars and can't tell me who paying for it or how we get it. Not so. And food price keep going up, Mr. Matterson. We try to create businessmen, but it's not benefiting. I'll send you a clip. I'll send you guys a clip on TikTok with the Barbados Prime Minister. Take a look at it and we'll continue this conversation.
Yeah, look at it.
And here what the Barbados Prime Minister is saying to one of our local companies that they just called Neil and Massey. How much profit they made in Barbados, and she's saying, hey, well, they don't have to make 44, 45 million. You know. You could make 20 and you could still survive. take a look at it and understand where we are in the same position right here. But we don't have, our Prime Minister doesn't have the particular fortitude. You know, all of a sudden, a few months, 13 months ago, that was the best Prime Minister in the Caribbean. Yeah, we don't hear nothing. We don't hear the same people saying how great she was.
In my opinion,
she still is. I mean, you know, saying she's not.
Excuse me?
In my opinion, she still is the best Prime Minister
Well,
in the Caribbean.
Well, here I'm saying there are a group of people who are saying that to get rid of Raouli. And now that Raouli is gone.
She took a beating when she was commenting on the U.S.
But then she went all she seat now. But she
took a beating from us, from locals here, because they believe that she was against our Prime Minister.
Aye. Barataria, you're taking notes, boy.
Enjoy the evening, I'll call back.
Yeah. So, relative to commerce in Trinidad, Matty, anybody could be in business and do business. Right. There's no monopoly because people tend to pull back because, one, I can tell you.
Monopoly because of access to
yeah, because you go in the bank and the bank won't give you, but they'll give Harriet.
Right.
And her favorite isn't him, but they're not fair play.
Unless you get credit.
No,
but still,
if fair play,
you had to have the US. So.
No, but why some getting US and some not getting the US? Because the fair play. What is it? So it's not a matter of we need Tom Deco Harry.
So I might do a small business because I might do a small thing. I could use my credit card and.
Because you can't get access to large amount.
You ain't getting no of that money. How
much
money you get on a credit card?
Right, but how?
The most about $20,000.
And we had to determine as a country what US is for. US should be for. Let's say it is scarce. Let's say that. They're saying it's not, but let's not say that. Then we suppose to say this scarce assets should be for essential item. You understand what I'm saying? We had to start prioritizing what do we do with this scarce asset. Not anybody could get it. And we had to ask ourselves, is a foreign use car just saying just one thing. I ain't ponging at nobody. Is that an essential item? I don't know. Is concrete, is cement, an essential item? And to know where we channel our scarce resource. And not just certain people could get, and the man who had to send his child away to study, he can't get. So we say education is not essential, but a foreign use car is essential. You understand what I'm saying? And it comes down to priority, but I'm not perturbed or in any way looking at someone control, because I know how they control, and I'm not no admirer of the control because I understand how the control is. But if the playing field is open, all of us could benefit from the pie that exists, but we are not.
Yeah,
I can tell you.
You're talking about if. I am saying, let me take this caller. Caller, good evening. Yeah, caller, good evening.
Hey, Marcus, how are you doing?
I'm good.
Any special topic, boy?
No, well, you could, we were talking
about... I want to ask a question. Is it true that CARICOM going to the CCJ for a pronouncement on the Calabanas issue?
Yes, they have agreed to do
that. Yeah.
And the Prime Minister has also welcomed that also.
Was it a recommendation from our Prime Minister?
No, I don't think so. But I think it was a recommendation from the head of from the Grenadian, is the Grenadian Prime Minister?
Oh, it wasn't from her?
No, it wasn't.
Okay, because I was thinking that...
I know what you was thinking.
Well, let me see.
We know what you was thinking.
Yeah, because it sounds strange. Because if you don't want that to be final court of appeal, we stay with the Privy Council.
No, but she welcomed the idea, and the government welcomed the idea. I mean, I looked at another article where I think
the CARICOM head welcomed the idea.
And the UE principal and
I don't want to hear about them. Don't tell me about UE and them. I don't want to hear them. Right? Leave them out. The heads of government agree that they will go to the
Yes.
But let me ask you something. What do you think about that issue? Because I like to look at things from a different... I was one who would have said in the first place that was a storm in a teacup. But it have some proper legal ramifications for you know what happened. But what do you think about that, caller? What do you think about the whole issue?
Here what happened. I would say this before. I'm waiting to hear the judgment from the CCG.
And who do accept it?
And I'm waiting to hear if it don't go in the people who send it there, how they will react.
Well, the CCJ do make pronouncement, to be honest.
You know what?
The CCJ will interpret.
No, I know that, I understand.
Right?
But what I'm saying, the interpretation that I will give have to be in favor of somebody.
Right. So I also awaited, but I almost I almost know where the CCJ going. The CCJ more than likely will say that the appointment was not in keeping with the rules and the process.
Yeah.
Okay.
They could only say that.
All right. Well, we will wait and because what happened here. Even though people thought she wouldn't have raised, even though she thought people thought that she would not have raised that issue. No, I know she was going back to raise that.
Yeah, but caller, you know, there's another side to this.
Because on everything.
Because you know, if you look at who supported her, if let's say the CCJ says that that the process was faulty and a decision was made to go over the process, what do you think will happen?
Well, I believe Miss Barnett, if that whole thing had to go over, this is what I believe. I don't know, I not think she mind. If I was sure, I just say, look, I no more interested in using my word now.
Yeah.
And just stay away from that.
Yeah. Plenty people do that, but there are people who wouldn't do that. And if she doesn't do that, I'm almost sure that she will be supported again in the right way by the majority.
So what happening? Because I'm looking at some pictures on TV6, and I see which part the both of them close, and they're trying to shake hands, and I don't bother with them thing, you know. Because when you have a bone to pick with another human being, they could smile at you, but that they won't have no meaning. You understand? So I'm watching them playing it on the news, and as though well, all right, but they didn't have a problem. She will have. She's a human being, but I'm waiting to hear the pronouncement. And I'm glad that you tell me, and we will give me good information that it wasn't the PM from here who made that.
No.
Wow. Because I know Holness was supporting it too.
Mm-hmm.
She viewed them. Let me put it that way. You understand? So, but I almost was sure that she would have raised back that. You understand?
Well, I expected the conference to be a little different, and some of the things that is coming out of the conference to me is good and progressive for the Caribbean. Like for instance,
you hear when she say that the CARICOM could use our ferry.
Well, but that was something in the making all the time. I know if only because I am involved. I know that.
That was the same ferries that we have to try to block in Australia. Don't forget that. You remember? Hello?
No, what did you say?
She said that we have two ferries that they could use up the islands. Our ferries.
Yeah, I know that. I'm saying I know about that, and that is something was in the making even before the conference.
And I'm saying that is the same two ferries that they tried, that they did the best for not to get from Australia. And you know that too.
Well, yeah.
You understand? So I listened. But I'm just waiting to hear how the CCJ will interpret and what will be said after.
Well, yeah, we are waiting here. I kind of already know where the ruling will go.
But you're a crystal ball, you better than me. Have a nice evening.
Where that ruling going?
We will.
Yeah, he probably watching the game. He might come after the game. He might come after France get one again.
All right, enjoy your evening.
All right, take care. Have a good evening, caller. Good evening, caller.
Good afternoon, gentlemen.
Good afternoon
to you. You know, as I was talking about this thing with the CCJ and CARICOM. I want to look at the way that they responded to the question about the bombings on the open waters.
You spoke about that in this meeting?
No, of course, and Kamala said that she don't have no evidence and no Trinidad and no killing that.
No, I will reach to there, Matheson, but I want to bear in mind that this is the same lady that, I don't know if it was a suggestion or an instruction when she said to kill them violently, right? And she is saying that the legal advice they got leads them to not classify it as murder, but they all believe in the rule of law, and suggesting that they don't have evidence. But I want to ask them, did they request any information or evidence from the United States? And how will there be any evidence of who was blown up or what they was blown up for?
If they was blown up.
Shaki them.
More than just the state. Well, we see in the footage. We saw the footage of the strike, right? But we are saying they didn't suggest, there wasn't anything to suggest that America was collecting any data as it relates to going to find the drugs or identifying the persons on board. Or we not even sure if our government requested any information from America as it relates to how they choose to operate. All we have at our disposal is the sentiments that she openly shared about killing persons violently out on the open seas, without considering the rule of law, considering if that is actually the penalty for what these people are alleged to have been engaging in. I mean, anyhow, but who have eyes to see will see, and who don't want to see will continue to see when they kill them.
I had the same concerns. You know my position on that. My position remained the same on that. And I had the same concerns when I read the article.
Exactly, and the rule of law must be what we are guided by. It cannot be that we are saying to kill people violently. Okay. What is the threshold for that really and truly? And at the end of the day, when will we ever have any evidence or be capable of gathering any evidence based on how the acts were carried out? Even when our first strike wasn't successful in unaliving everybody, the people who managed to survive the first strike were striked upon again.
Mm-hmm.
Lord have mercy. Anyhow, as I say, who have eyes to see will see, and who don't want to see will continue to see wherever they choose to point them to look at.
When you get blow up? Eh?
Exactly what I'm saying.
All
and
the DNA
thing is,
heat up everything in
the suggestion that you made, the statement that you made, Miss PM, right? That doesn't suggest that you asking or require any evidence for the suggestion that you made about killing people violently out on the open seas. The funny thing is, if it was anybody
the statement that was made regarding the question of the rule of law, the statement that was made where it was said that the Prime Minister said that there are no evidence to suggest that any Trinidadian was blown up or was killed out there, to me is a kind of oxymoron when you think of it.
And the follow-up question should have been, have you requested anything from America to get to the bottom of it? Because as far as we know, the local media carried news suggesting that two of the men were from Trinidad. Their families would have suggested that as well. Other places outside of the country would have also have that. So it's kind of confusing to me, especially not knowing if our country requested anything from America to get to the bottom of it, or if we just talking because we already say what we had to say, so we know we had to talk and try to see how best we could try to tidy up we image. But at the end of the day, anybody who have a working mind in the head would understand that the course of action that Donald Trump took is really outside of the rule of law.
Correct.
Anyhow you look at it, because these people, whatever they were engaging in, they died as innocent individuals because they didn't face any structure to determine that they were guilty. And I am listening to the arguments surrounding it. Apart from narco trafficking and this and that, you see the human trafficking element, they need to prove to me that is it that we blow up the people who was being trafficked as well?
Well, these
If we
all these are valid questions you're asking, but at the end of the day, there's no evidence or nothing. It doesn't even have evidence except the way you see that people, anything was blown up.
Yes, you know, face and nobody
it have any
assuming.
specific time when the madhouse or St. Anne's come out and look for people to bring in on the inside. They could probably ask Guevara to let him some of them buses where he help people to go home with the other day and just start from outside and pick up people and drive them inside, because watch now, it ain't easy. It's really not easy. I look from gentlemen.
Okay, caller. But coming back to the question, before the caller call, we were dealing with respect to the question of what could possibly be the outcome. Let me take this caller. Good evening, caller.
Yeah, good evening, Mr. Matheson.
Good evening.
And Mr. Matheson, I think you struck a very important point. And it is always, when you're dealing with legal issues and more of the nature of what transpired and what your goodly friend, Mr. Chris, was talking about, evidence is critical. You don't have, it's critical. So you're laboring this thing on and on and on. You have no evidence, you can't go nowhere with that.
You can't go nowhere with it. Yeah, no
so
evidence was destroyed.
So you're exhausting energy. Right? So I would leave that.
And the people who was blowing up the boat, they know what I was doing. They know why I was doing it.
You know, if Chris could get the evidence, well, that would be good. Then he can land the person who he said made certain statements and which you support. You know, he could get them.
But it must have, I mean, when we talk in the rule of law, it must have some higher standard. I mean, you can't just blow up boats just like that. Right? But who is who to tell America they can't do that or they do that? Or they should
or take them to court?
The thing about it is that because when we talk about rule of law, we look at the context as regards the international law and whether the Americans acted within the international law, right? And you have to get the evidence.
Remember, they had passed something saying that Congress, the president, what do you call it when the president make a decree? Veto something, and he said that it's not a war, but it is a war against drugs or something like that.
War against drugs.
And he had the right to do certain things, and their way of dealing with it is to blow up the boats that moving with the drugs. Right. So you had to first get past that. If you're talking rule of law, you had to first get past that.
And the Congress in the U.S. couldn't get past itself.
Right. So you had to first get past that authority.
Yeah. Congress couldn't get past it.
You had to deal with the crime itself.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, but what Trump is telling you that he doesn't care about Congress.
Well, this is what I'm saying. This is what we're saying. There's a whole. I mean, I kind of understand the Prime Minister when she say
bring the evidence. Bring the evidence.
They have no evidence. Yeah. We ain't have no evidence, and nobody never bring no head. Nobody and say, well, this is the head of a person who was blown up.
Yeah.
Nobody never bring nothing to say, well, these are the people. These were trainees. Yeah. And that kind of thing. So there was no investigation for.
Yeah.
And,
but
I mean,
but you see, what is happening too is that remember you had some matter somewhere in Massachusetts. Some matter was brought before the court there.
Yes.
And then you have the ICC, right? They are doing some investigation with respect to that matter. I don't think it is completed. So the thing is still out there and investigation, but to date, there's no evidence to suggest that Trinidadians were killed. And no evidence, nobody has unearthed any evidence or probably put forward any evidence to suggest that those people were killed by the Americans. So we still out there, and we're still looking for evidence. They're still investigating.
But don't you think morally that it is rather unfortunate that what happened?
Well,
and unfortunate, and a breach of the rule of law in itself. I mean, I'm talking international law, everything, right? If somebody is presumed to be transporting drugs, and you have other methods like you have interdiction, you have helicopter, you can interdict, right? Rather than kill everybody. I mean, who or what gives you the right to be able to do that?
Yeah, but you see, we are saying that standing here. But those people who were involved in the act, carrying out the killings, as a matter of fact, I can't attest to their judgment. I can't attest to their judgment. I could stand there and I could say a lot of things. Yes, we should do this, we should do that, but their judgment, I can't attest to that. Probably when they go before whatever tribunal, whichever court, they would have to explain, how they went about, what would have caused them to take certain action.
Remember, this is America, eh? So I even seen you reaching that far. Whoever can say, remember Trump already say you will blow up Geneva and you will destroy the ICC, and Trump is a man who
but you see Trump is not going to be there forever, and you also look at what is likely to happen in November, and you also look what would happen probably in the upcoming elections in 2028, right? What is likely to happen? So yes, he's on the loose. Yes, he's on the rampage. He seemed to be beyond control. But I'm saying that the time may come when he would really be manners, right? If in fact the Democrats take control of the Congress, both houses, the Senate and the House of Representatives, then they might be able to lock him down. And the question of impeachment and all these things may come in. They may move to impeach him. So there's possibility that they would be able to bring him under control. But I just want to talk about this matter with respect to this CARICOM issue, this advisory opinion. And yes, you have this advisory opinion, which is being sought by CARICOM. And the person who wrote an opinion, the first opinion, valid, people been talking a lot of nonsense. I listened to A.B. Brown and a lot of this fella from Peter Wickham and all these people. I don't know where they're going with that. And they say things, when you want something to happen, you say something that would suit what you want to happen. And I don't know where A.B. Brown, let me leave A.B. Brown alone. But
three of them was the professor from the UE, and then you had Derek Ramsey-Rouge, who was more or less saying almost the same thing.
Well, Ramsey-Rouge and them, I put Ramsey-Rouge, Peter Wickham, and those people in the same basket, Same basket. I really don't pay attention to Ramsey-Rouge, And no. I don't pay attention to him. I don't pay attention to Peter Wickham. There's a fellow from Antigua, I think one of the university faculty. Right. I think he gave a commentary or that was similar to what Mr. Rollock said. The exact thing, the exact thought, the opinion, right? And I commended Mr. Rollock for it. He was brilliant. So there's some people I listen to, and some people, yes, you have to be very critical in your analysis of those people when they speak out there. Some of them have their biases. But this fellow Rajendra Ranglogan, in fact, I know him, but he I think he's faculty of law at UWI now. I think he teaches environmental law or whatnot.
Yeah.
And he gave the first opinion with respect to that matter, that issue, which they faced with Clara Barnett, Dr. Clara Barnett. And so
I think, listen, here is my opinion on this. Now, I was one of the person who said maybe, if only because the majority of those at the time would have voted for her. I saw it when it was first initially raised as like a storm in a teacup, right? That's how I saw it. Nevertheless, it became an issue that almost divided the Caribbean in a certain kind of way. What would have happened now with this decision? I think it's a good decision for the matter to be referred to the CCJ. But I think the CCJ will only have one, will conclude with just one thing in saying that the process was flawed and maybe they should do it over or do it the right way.
Well, you see, the question...
Although the outcome may be the same.
I don't think it could have been a storm in a teacup. Because there's an issue. You have a block, a trading block.
Yeah, well,
which is the CARICOM. You go to the EU, the European Union, and you have the European Court of Justice, which deals with the same thing as the free movement of people, right? And all these matters relating to the relationship between those countries, those 29 countries in the EU, just like in the CCJ, to settle matter relating to the revised Treaty of Chaguaramas. And when we talk about the we talk rule of law. We're talking about that revised treaty and the provisions therein form part of the rule of law. It's the law. It is law. It is law. It is international law, but it is law. When we say rule of law, we're talking about law.
Right. Yeah.
Law, just law in itself. Right? Just law. You have to abide by the law. Whatever law it is, you abide by that. That is rule of law. The rule of law. And if in fact there are provisions within the revised Treaty of Chaguaramas which says that the reappointment of a Secretary General should follow a particular procedure, then that's it. And if it didn't follow that procedure, then the thing is up in the air, and you people can question it. And therefore, how you resolve it? They met on 2 occasions to deal with it. Had 2 meetings, but I don't know where they reached. Well, I think she went, and eventually Rajendra came up, Ramlogan came up with his opinion. I think they said that this Prime Minister wrote some 29 pages or some 20 odd pages or thereabout with respect to that. That is what was reported, right? And then they met recently at the 51st conference, and they decided, CARICOM, the heads of government, decided that, hey, listen, we go to the CCJ to resolve the matter. You go in for an opinion, right? An advisory opinion. And that is normal. Even in national law, where I remember some years ago, Reginald Dumas, there was a matter with respect to whether in fact the Police Service Commission was properly constituted, the number of members they had. And he went right up to the Privy Council on the basis of he used an interpretation summons to go there to have the Privy Council declare whether in fact it was constitutional, right? Or whether it was unconstitutional in the way it was, in the manner in which it was constituted. So that is a normal thing. In Europe, when you have dispute between the very said members and they have issues, they go to the European Court of Justice to resolve those disputes between members. And it's the same thing that is happening here and had to happen here. But our system here, our been sleeping for a number of years, but that is how it ought. It was intended.
I agree with it. I think that was the best option. The Prime Minister and her team also agreed with it, by the way. Although they would have had some objection to because you heard in another article where the Prime Minister said there's no haste to use the CCJ as our final court of appellate.
Well, the thing about using people, there's no haste, and the experience over the last 10 years, I am quite satisfied that there shouldn't be any haste. If there's anything to tell you to question, any haste or any alacrity to get into the CCJ, was the behavior of that government over the last 9 years.
But I heard what was her reasoning. There was an article sometime in 2005 that spoke about where she indicated why she had a problem with it.
Well, I didn't see that article, but what did she?
Yeah. She was in opposition
I can't remember that. What it said?
It speaks to the ethnic structure of the person in the Caribbean Court of Justice.
Well, yes, I heard that. She did make mention of it, of that. But you see, the thing about it, governance and thing evolve, and people change their mind. You change your mind, Mr. Whoever it is, they change their mind. As time changes and situation change, you change your mind. So I could agree to one thing today, and tomorrow I can say, well,
Jack one always say that, yesterday was yesterday and today is today.
Well, if things are changing around you,
yes, you have to evolve.
And you hold a view,
you have to evolve,
and you will hold on to that view until you're dead.
Yeah, you have to evolve. You have to evolve.
Well, that's it.
Yeah.
So anybody, you did say that. You did say, yes, I said so.
Circumstances
but I
was
said
different.
so when the circumstances were different.
Yes.
And I am saying now that based on the changes in time as you said evolved, I have changed my opinion. And once the question is, what is important is whether the basis on which you change, whether it's reasonable. You saying I changed my mind, but you must be able to rationalize and give a rational explanation as to why you change your mind. You believe in this was your position then, and this is your position now, and it must be reasonable. You just don't come and say, look, I changed my mind. Once you could properly explain or rationalize or give reasons as to why nothing wrong with that. I would take your reason, and if it's not reasonable, if in fact what you advance is not reasonable, I'm not accepting that. But you have to convince me that it has to be reasonable, it has to be rational.
Yeah, agreed.
Yep.
Yeah. Good.
Well, thanks again for
You're welcome,
taking my
You're welcome.
Yeah, and be sure to call us again. We will be engaging you all on a very interesting topic in the last hour.
Yeah.
And I wish you can call and
give your opinion.
Give us your opinion.
All right, thank you.
You know, a lot of things are happening today, and we really living in things are really evolving in a certain kind of way, and I don't know if we can say it is for the good, but it certainly will change the way we think and see things. And even these things that we are discussing here, they sometimes cause us to think. And you said, let me take this call. Good evening, caller. Oh, we lost that caller. You can call back. Right? So even this particular situation, it opens your mind to certain other things. With all that we talk, all that came out of this Caribbean, this conference of heads of government, right? And when you look back to what it's like, you're kind of like seeing some movement, some semblance of movements since the Treaty of Chagamas in 1972, and what would have happened, what it was really designed for, and even from Federation, and how the breakup of Federation and what would have caused it, and the thinking is like all of us in the Caribbean, we have almost the same heritage. We have almost the same antecedents, right? And it's like we're not able to unite. We are just a few islands.
You read in a book.
Not far from each other. and the problems we have in gosh, man. Good evening, caller.
Yes, good evening to the umpires.
Welcome.
And the umpires are from Township. From Township. Okay. It's good to change your mind, but when you're in an organization and you agree upon something, you have to stick with it. Because I see a lot of people changing their mind about this present government. Well, they don't change their mind about that, but they have to live with that. They wait until the appropriate time. So when you're going to make a decision, think about that before. Don't change your mind when the things don't go down the road. So listen, live with that until the appropriate time. That's it. You can change your mind on what you want, but in your organization, we don't settle up for this. That's it. Talk done.
All right. Thank you, caller. No, but I just conclude. I just want to say, the Prime Minister have every right, if she believes that the process was not followed, to challenge the process, and that what organization and fair play is about, right? And she did that, and there's a mechanism to address it. And I have no problem with what she did and so forth.
Have come up with a solution.
Solution, and we go forward. So I applaud her for that. You don't like how it's going? Knock on the table and say, hey, what are we doing? Don't just go along to get along.
So come up with a solution. Let's hope that when that court speak, that everybody
abides.
Everybody's
abide. Yeah, because you had no problem going to the court.
To me, that would define to a large extent what CARICOM is all about.
Yeah.
Right? Because as the caller before would have hinted, when you look at what happens in Europe, how matters are settled, they have a court.
Yeah.
And they settle. But ladies and gentlemen, we
on the other
join
side.
us on the other side.
You've got bills to pay. And so do we. Let's go pay some bills on the street 919 FM.
Join us.
Strictly local radio show, blazing the best positive hits out of TT. Hottest radio show.
Welcome. You are now locked in.
Every Saturday, 6 to 8 p.m., blazing the very best in Trinbago music and more, sending the heartbeat of the Twin Islands straight to the world.
This service is a massive communication product that aims to provide a new media platform for local TT entrepreneurs.
You're now locked into one of the hottest radio shows. Send us your voice notes or call in live and rep your district. Whether you're in East, West, North, South, or Sweet Tobago, this is your show, your sound, your culture. Hottest radio show. Strictly local, hosted by the one and only DJ Flex 868. Don't miss it. Every Saturday, 6 to 8 p.m. Only on the streets 91.9 FM. The vibes, the culture, the sound of Trinbago.
We blaze all the best in TT. Hashtag rep your district.
Hi there, I'm Lester Suglal, inviting you to join me on the first, second, and third Saturday, 8:30 p.m. to 11 p.m. for the program Slow Gospel Music, and on the fourth and fifth Saturday from 8:30 p.m. for an extended version of Slow Gospel Music on Street 91.9 FM.
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are back, and a very interesting article I would have read on the newspapers. I don't know how many of you would have remembered the incident with the young lady and her family, the Jogi family, where this child was killed with a jet ski. A gentleman riding a jet ski in Tobago, and he would have been held probably a few days after or a few hours after at home, and he's sleeping or whatever, and he was charged, and he was on bail, and of course the police is investigating the matter still, and a file is to be sent to the DPP for a decision to be made. However, the family is also going to sue the THA, the THA, right, for negligence, and that negligence would have come out of the fact that I think the THA would have demarcated that area where jet skis aren't supposed to be, and as a result of that, it is the view of the legal view is that they should have been able to probably secure that area, because if you demark that area for people to bathe and jet skis can come in, you have to be able to uphold that that demarcation, meaning you have to be able to secure that area so that people wouldn't be damaged, and as such it becomes a tort. You become contributory liable under negligence. You know, my question, if you read the article, Falis are also threatening to sue the state in certain areas and providing the security and whatever. But the thing is, I just wanted, I'm using this article as just to enlighten the public also, because we're talking about tort here and we're talking about negligence, right? And tort is a negligence, right? And if you're driving a car down the road, right? If you're driving a car down the road and you dodge from a pothole, and you bust a tire and you kill somebody,
who we suing?
Who you suing? You're supposed to be able to sue the state. Because that's a tort.
Responsibility.
They have a responsibility to
have a proper road in place to drive for cars to drive on.
Taxes and you're doing all that sort of thing. So that falls under tort one. Persons have sued already and won.
Yeah.
Right? In cases like that. But people don't know. And you know that it goes back to the question of taxpayers and taxpayers' money and the roads and the responsibility of the government, because the road is not, you can't fix the road.
No.
Right?
No.
The state had to fix the road.
Yep.
Or its organs, the regional corporation or whoever. They're
the state,
responsible for that.
To the state, the AG.
Right? And you always say that, right? So I don't know how many people know that in situations like that, as always talk about a piece of road in Mova by Market School. That road so almost 2 years now, boy. If a man gets seriously damaged, he could sue, you know.
Yep.
Because that's negligence.
I know one or two persons have sued the state and one in terms of the pavement, and they got damage on the pavement and so forth, because the Ministry of Road Inspector, I remember on our program with Ramship Talk, I spoke about it. The Ministry of Works have people we call road inspectors, you know, who's supposed to inspect to make sure the road is that which would not cause people to be damaged or mean in any way.
Correct.
The problem why these problems exist, the major cause why it exists, is that people really don't have money to pay lawyer to go to court, you know.
Well,
I go and I bust my tire in a pothole.
You know, but them thing is one case, boy.
People don't know they were around the court, so they just go and they buy a tire down the road, as the case may be. But really and truly, to a large extent, you can sue if your vehicle got damaged in some pothole on the road.
People don't know that.
The state can be held for negligence in a number of different ways.
So Fali in Tobago have to watch himself because the assembly may have to pelt out some millions sometime down the road if Anand Ramlogan do in fact take this case. Well, he took the case. I think they're waiting on the criminal element of it. That is whether the man will be charged or no, he was charged, but whether what he will be charged for and how this thing will go in court, because they want that to finish first. And then, of course, they will know from that who to hold negligent, who is actually negligent, or if contributory liability is how you would approach this, because the gentleman would be the defendant number one, of course.
Yeah.
But of course,
I know Pigeon Point. I'm looking at Pigeon Point. I know there's some level of demarcation. There's a line you just see, like there's a rope or something like that circulating where people bathe and the jet ski not supposed to come in and so forth. I know there's something like
but
that.
what Fali said is that when the incident had happened, this is not the first time something like that happened. Yeah, he said that.
He said that.
Yeah, he said that.
It's
not the first time.
And explain
it's not the
himself
first
now.
time that happened. And
what was done after?
Well, this is it. So all them things, all those things should concern the assembly. No,
what is the regulation relative to it, and who upholds
I think
the
there are
regulation?
rules and things, but is the upholding of the whole thing which is causing the problem.
No, but then the question could be, if you speed in and you break the speed limit and you bang somebody, you can't hold the state negligence. We have a speed limit.
Well, that is if you were enforcing that. Or if you have, so you can't just say it's a rule but you have no enforcement. You have no. Then people will break it. It would become like nothing,
right,
which is the same thing Hobbes and Lobbes and Rousseau and them talk about.
Right.
If you have no laws, or even if you have laws and you don't have an authority to enforce it, then you will have chaos. You will have problems, which will fall under negligence.
The question is, okay, let widen the scope here now. Loitering on the highway is illegal. Loitering in the first place.
Yeah, but what's the mischief? What that causing? That causing anybody to die?
Well, they die yet. We can't wait till they die. That's why the law is there to prevent people from dying. You wait till they die. That's why you put laws in place, because you foresee a possibility. If you know on the highway.
No, but you can't judge it like that, though. A man throw something out of the bar, a man swerve, and that,
a man swerve.
The man who throw the thing out of the car, he's the man liable.
A man selling nuts in the middle of the road, the highway.
Oh, that's a different problem.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. A man selling nuts in the middle of the highway.
Government could do something about that.
But that's illegal.
Well, yeah.
But we're not upholding it. So if I pull away from that man and I write off my car now, I could sue in this case, because they're not upholding the law.
Of course.
You dig me?
Is that negligence? Of course you could sue.
You see how we broadening the scope here now?
Yeah.
You see how we broadening? So there are so many areas where there are laws that are not being upheld in any way, or policed in any way, that people experience losses, but doesn't really realize that, hey, there's avenues for this to be addressed.
Of course. There are avenues that you can sue the state under tort and win. It's
But
just that we don't have...
We are no pro bono's lawyer in Trinidad. No
lawyers
pro
who
bono.
are willing to take up them
Pro
kind of
bono,
thing.
everybody want $10. As they read by
But
the secretary, they want $40 before you talk to them and all kind of thing.
$40?
Everybody just saying a figure. Everybody in a hustle,
yeah, when
really
you come
and
by my
truly.
office, it's not $40 or not. $40. I'm not paying for nothing. No, but in all seriousness, these things are serious, and these are areas where people find themselves. And I read an article, and I think, about that piece of road and move away. Real bad. I see somebody, a man just come out every now and then, he put cement in some of the holes and thing and fix it up and thing. But even that is dangerous. Right?
Can we sue the government for negligent in that regard?
Well, if something happen here, if something happen on you there,
we putting thoughts in people's head.
No,
But it's good thoughts.
that is-
It's good
that is
thoughts.
good thought.
Good.
That-
A
that's
lot of
normal.
people I know
People-
get tire blowout on the Nation Road, for example.
you might sue for a tire, but you also you can sue in an accident.
Yeah.
Because there's a part on the hill where the road is so bad on the left hand side, the other go on the right hand side. And a car
anybody
coming
could be
down, a man
coming
coming
down.
down fast,
Yeah,
could mash up.
Yeah.
Hello, good evening, caller.
Good afternoon again, gentlemen. But this topic, only opening up a can of worms here, you know. Because it have a group of people who was previously in power. The MP, right, was part of the party that was in government. And for years, you see that whole that area that Mr. Matterson talking about, you telling me that they wouldn't address that. Dr. Rowley accept 47% increase for himself. You spend all kind of money on these magnificent buildings around the savannah, and the condition of that road remain the same. It just continue to get worse. Something had to be wrong with us in this place, boy. Terribly wrong with us in this place. We love you, so we take good care of you. Only the PNM understands. And you know how broad this thing goes in terms of this topic that you all raised. The police service, right, have no jurisdiction, no power to seize pink camouflage, yellow camouflage, and these things, and they continue to do it. They have lost every time persons take them to the court, because the powers that they have as it relates to camouflage is tied directly to somebody impersonating that of a member of the law enforcement.
Yeah, I agree.
I've said that all the time.
It was explained by Fitzgerald Hines.
Exactly,
when
it
he
was
Minister
explained by
for
Fitzgerald
Security.
Hines.
And police still engage in that foolishness by wanting to take people's garments off of
But
them.
they will
when
take that
in
off.
no
They
way-
will take that off from the wrong. They know who they're taking it off from. They didn't taking it off
But
from
they have
anybody.
taken off from people already, Mr. Matterson, and the people take them to court, and the magistrate said that they threw out the case because the police had no grounds. And the thing is, when you seize these people items, why don't you charge them right away? Why don't you charge them right away if they engaging in a breach of the Constitution? You're just taking people items. It's larceny you're committing then, because that says that you intend to deprive the person permanently of their belongings. But a lot of things continue, because in as much as some people have already taken some of these matters to court, I believe it needs an overwhelming amount of people to be doing that, and maybe it might change the culture of the nation.
Maybe what they need to do, it's just like all them old ancient ordinances and all that kind of thing. Maybe they need to fix those things. While you might be thinking is nothing or something small, you know, it's a nationalist thing to wear uniform looking like the army in the US, right? When you wear
Yeah.
nationalism thing,
Yeah.
you're proud of your country, right? In Trinidad and Tobago, we see it differently. We see it as impersonating an officer and all kind of nonsense. But maybe all those age-old ordinances like obscene language and you know, all them kind of chauvinist, we need to either fix those things or remove those things out from the
I think, you know, I saw something interestingly enough as you say that. Not humorous, but there's some where in terms of buggery is I saw it on the papers about it
who took up that matter, boy?
illegal in the bedroom.
I ain't going into that. I ain't going into that now. I'm not going into that.
No,
but,
as Martin's talk about laws and the application of laws and so forth, and sometimes where I think we lose sight of common sense sometimes in terms of crafting and drafting laws. or some.
Remember,
But,
everything was old ordinances.
Yeah.
And for whatever reason, every now and again you'll bring it up. Sometimes even use it in a way to take advantage of somebody or something like that. But
Boy,
really and
that is a whole different discussion, and I had 2 points really to rubbish that argument from this grouping of people. But you see this obscene language that you now mentioned, Mr. Matteson. I want to ask the police service. I know they are exempted from certain things that are in law. So, for instance, they're not mandated to wear the seatbelt, although they are not the best of drivers, because they carry firearms and whatnot.
I saw one the other day driving. He have our 4 of them in the vehicle. But he have a gun tall like him. He can hardly drive. And he have a gun tall like him, and he's driving. And he have a gun, a barrel or something on him. And I say, that making any sense? You never nice in the waist or something. You have a big gun and cross it, and you driving. That making any sense? That's a risk to the public.
Them alone know how it making sense. But I want to ask them if they are exempted from this obscene language that they continuously charge so many people with, because it has so much videos out there where we seeing and hearing police using obscene language.
I was observing one.
In recent vintage some time ago, down in Cocorita, I believe, where the officers cussing people and sending them home. But you engaging in that activity and always want to be charging people with that activity. So all you don't charge each other when all you cussing and thinging. I mean, it's so ridiculous. It's just so ridiculous. But you see that thing where people fighting and trying to thing with this buggery thing and whatnot? Mr. Matteson, you know what I want them to do? All these people who fall in that bracket, go and try to take out our insurance and put something besides what you was born as and see if you will get through. Because females have different rates to males in terms of insurance, right? So if we say you are transgender or whatever, or what have you, you're going to put on that. So where you think you will be entitled to claim for certain things that women can claim for, miscarriage and all these different things.
But am I get it? Because somehow
that interesting one, caller. That really interesting.
I know insurance has become very progressive, so it may have a box for other. It might have male, female, or other. It might have a box for other.
Yeah, good question. I had something to research, caller. That's a good one.
They will not be entertained. Right?
What's
because
that
it is ridiculous. Remember this thing, these people that do this thing down to a science, you know.
Who tell it would be entertained? And it's entertained in America?
I can tell you that here it have no provisions for it here. Right? It's not that you cannot get insurance, you know, but you put in information that you believe, wherever make that belief, will be misrepresentation on the people document that doesn't give them any grounds to hold up the contract.
Male, female, and other, and you click other.
But no, caller, yeah, the conundrum.
That category doesn't exist on a legal.
No, but here the conundrum. No, but Marty, really and truly, you're right, you know, caller, because you know what? Somebody dies, yeah? And the only how to identify them is through an autopsy and so forth. The autopsy will come out either the person's male or female, you know. There's no autopsy that will come up as other, you know.
You go put on the autopsy, other? You go put other on the autopsy?
Is male or female? Really? And it comes down to the bone hard facts.
You might be a male with testosterone, but you have an ovary? You never know that.
I play this thing in my whole lecture. Anyhow, I'll have to listen.
No,
but
we had to be legalistic about our country, really and truly, and that thing with that jet ski is a lot of things we take for granted until something happens really and truly, and then we dig deep, we say, wow.
I'm going to take this caller. Caller, good evening.
Good evening, gentlemen. Good evening.
Yeah, how are
Senior. Hi there. Well, I find out about Nunez. Apparently, she have a heart condition.
Oh.
So, yeah, she just fall ill with that.
Okay.
But she in the hospital and I keeping an eye on her.
God is good.
But is it
Yeah.
true that she was going to she was going to talk about the same video that is trending?
Well, it would the questioning would have go that direction because she's
Okay.
in finance, right?
Yeah.
Right. So I just want to touch on some subjects quickly.
Mm-hmm.
You see that bombing all them boats and thing and the drug boats and thing?
Yeah.
Based on this American thing, these guys know how to create propaganda to do what they have to do. They will create a scenario to get in where they have to get in and exit. Because asking, the drugs not coming again, the boats not running again. How come boats was running so consecutively when you know your boys and them getting blown out there? That didn't make no sense to me. So to me, that propaganda footage. Yeah.
When you say propaganda,
AI generated things.
Well, because you see the landing of the spaceship, the shuttle in India. It was like a Atari game, right? So these guys and them, that is nothing for them to create a propaganda video and say we blow up our drug boat, and we don't know this identity of these men. Look at a Trinidadian family saying that the son and them get blown up in that. How we know? That's a good idea. If you lost a relative, you could use that and cash some money from the government.
But if they was in the boat?
No, but I don't know if you remember. Caller, I don't know if you remember that when all this was happening, somewhere in Kumana, some bodies had showed up scorched, burnt and thing on the beach, you know.
Yes, I am aware of that, but it kind of unbelievable for the kind of artillery that would disintegrate that boat, that you'll get scorched bodies.
No, well, maybe one of them boat things. I don't know. Maybe somebody.
Yeah, that thing. But let me move on from that. Yeah. You was talking about the potholes in the roads and thing.
Mm-hmm.
And two things I observed is that when they're doing road works in Trinidad, compared to America, if they're fixing the sidewalk, they have all the HSE barriers and they block the area properly so that if the work runs into overtime, they properly secure the area. In Trinidad, we leave a hole and go away until we have to come back the next day. And signs much, outlaw the area. And that is something I noticed. So a man who went to work and didn't know what's a dig a hole, when he coming back from work, he go down parang. You understand? We do have that HSC culture, or we don't instill it because we have a that good day culture. Now. That good day.
And we on this program are saying that that is a negligence. That's a thought.
Right?
That's
because in America, if they don't block off that sidewalk, that's still in repair. And somebody goes through that. They sue in.
And
they have the right to sue.
It's just like the situation in Tobago.
Right. And next thing, this is I find we're not cracking down on this at all. Whether it's state doing it or private contractors doing it, when they're developing an area alongside a main road, a main artery, they have heavy equipment running in and out, and every time it run in and out, all kind of slush and mud and cement and gravel just be strewn on the road for miles. Nobody is washing it down.
Yeah, there's a law
Nobody is
against
cleaning it. So it's a wild thing. I think we have laws for that.
Yeah, we have laws
the
against that.
contractor should be responsible for that. The cleanup. You have concrete truck running in and out of construction site on a main road.
Mud on the
them
road,
just making mess up and down. That's craziness to me.
All that is.
Who is the watchdog for that?
And you know it, Caller, interesting enough, these areas that you speak about have councillors, have MPs and all kind of thing existing, you know.
Well, this is what I'm saying. They would see that, they would know
They
that.
have regional corporation and so
And
they have all of
everybody
that.
afraid to belly cat.
Yep.
Well,
They have police driving up and down on the same road.
Fellas, I might get cut there, so if all you don't hear me, I'll listen to all this too.
All right, cool.
You say nobody want a belly cat, but the Jogi family just hire Anna and Ramlogan and they're waiting patiently for the matter to finish. in the other direction, to sue the state. Good evening, caller. Good evening, caller.
Good evening. Yes.
Evening, caller.
Because, yes,
Yeah.
the same man, but I mean, how the man will get back his reputation? How the man would gain back his reputation among his community? How you mean? Because Farley don't outline that Farley was blaming the previous administration because he have a problem with, he's supposed to have jet skis securing that area, that in case a man running, he could have run him down. That all of that was Farley's excuse. So if Farley put up all that defense and blame the previous administration, what do you think will happen? Annan must jump in because a group of people that support the political party find that this thing taking too long. I was shocked to hear because I heard this conversation started on a previous radio station this morning. I'm saying, wonder where they're going with that. How comes you with this? So it ain't nothing surprising, but you see, we're talking about the Prime Minister said, where's the evidence that any Trinidadian don't have any vessel? Well, American lawyer take it up and fighting for the family in America. I wonder what evidence he's using. Isn't that so?
Interesting.
And evidence again. If you remember, there was a gentleman, the first black man who collect whatever stars in the American what do you call that? That is not the military. That is but you know what I mean, seaman. He retired.
The Navy.
In the Navy, right. He retired because of the same, right. He retired and the next man take over to care of the case at Chum. If you already remember.
Yes.
They call a second strike on a vessel. Remember, it's either Colombians or what are those people from Latin America?
The double tap is you.
Right. And they the Americans pick up a gentleman from one of those incidents. There was a life man saved, took into the American hands, and then when they done it, let him back off to wherever country he come from.
Yeah.
Remember that? So there is evidence. I don't know what the Prime Minister is talking about. This thing is going. When you see Trump leave office,
the Prime Minister is saying
evidence of Trinidad and Tobago. But just outside the initial stages, there's an American lawyer have the family of that alleged Trinbagonian.
I know that.
Well, all right. So what evidence he using? Well, all right. So that the Prime Minister can't say that if a man fighting the matter all the way up there. So what evidence he have? He had to have something. So I don't know what she's talking about. We're not crazy. So I hear they talk about. You see, Trinidad is such a complex place because of all of a sudden we must sit back, rock back, behave ourselves. Because all of a sudden we have an issue with the passport. Take away Stuart Young diplomatic passport. And I understand that the man passport was written former Prime Minister. From what I heard, somebody that is close to him.
Yes, sir. Caller, yes, sir. I mean, the passport was written former Prime Minister.
I hear what I'm saying because far as this thing, apparently as this thing works, the people who issue the passport in these places, I don't know, I hearing from a lady who is close to the gentleman and saying that the gentleman passport said for up to now anybody in that organization ain't tell us yet that he ever going on. The man because this is a conversation outside. Somebody in foreign affairs or national security to come out and make a statement stating here what's going on. The man passport was stating that he is the present Prime Minister, and because of that, we took back his passport. Nobody can say nothing.
No. Well, it will not be former. It can't be former Prime Minister.
But no, they're saying it with the present Prime Minister. If they case it be stating Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago.
Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago.
Trinidad and Tobago. So the reason for us taking it back from him is because his passport was stating Trinidad and Tobago Prime Minister, and we decided that he's not the Trinidad and Tobago Prime Minister. So we take it back. We should hear that from the Foreign Affairs Minister or somebody in National Security explaining to citizens, so we wouldn't feel that this seems to be some level of victimization against the individual.
Yeah, okay.
Right? Just as how the Carl decided to cut ties with the water company. Somebody tell him, no, Carl shouldn't tell me. Yes. I see a favorite, he's a cricketer or a footballer. I now passed in front of police barracks and saw the same water that they, because a foreign company, the water is nobody local didn't get the contract. A foreign company get the contract, and I saw a local cricketer is the marketing brand for that particular brand. Well, you know that?
First time I hear about it. I hear about it.
All right, a local cricketer. Yes, he's a cricketer.
What's the brand of water?
Who is this one I do buy with the salt. This foreign water boy.
Salt?
Aqua or something?
No. Not Dosani.
Wait,
but that foreign brand. Oh God, I forget. But I forget what brand it is. But Coca-Cola is the distributor for that brand. So we don't understand what's going on, right? And I'm asking, why somebody don't tell us where they ever go? And the reason why we cut ties is because we get a better deal from this one, or because of the alleged, but you leave it to get the impression that here what's going on. The state is in charge of us, and because the state holds this view, we, as a member of the state, decide that we hold in the same view and cut out the man contract. So it's giving right now the government is giving the people the impression, the same way Trump is functioning, that because here what they tell us, when we decide to call the bill, explain your wealth, and the communication of intersection, just like how them listen to the man, them say the PNM going and use that against UNC people. So I'm asking how them know the UNC people in corruption and the police rather listen to them. But they're using the same device to listen on so-called them alleged PNM support sponsors, 1% PNM sponsors. Listen to him. And when they done, they turn around and arrest the so-called 1%, because that's what them saying, so-called 1% PNM. Lock him up under PO, whatever they call it. If it wasn't for that state of emergency, they couldn't listen to the man conversation and arrest him based on somebody say that I could murder the Prime Minister. No way that could happen. So I have two King's Council now that I had to pay something like 3,000 TT an hour. All of a sudden, the state moved from legislator to becoming a legal mine. Mr. Matterson. All of a sudden, the Attorney General imagine that the Attorney General in the Parliament pointing out of the 1% that they're coming for them. Immediately after they see this arrest, and we're supposed to say yes. After who they're coming for, because they don't lock up the so-called young, every day they tell me they hold 10 gang leaders, 10 this and 10 that. And I'm not seeing anybody being charged, Mr. Matterson. So at the end of all this, and the state of emergency end, and all these people come back out, and the same man and Ram Logan turn around and sue the same state that he have a matter before the state that I pay him to turn around to fight me. I could have integrity in this government, Mr. Matterson. Think about that. I have an attorney general, past attorney general, have a matter before the state, and the state turn around and hire the same man to become the attorney for the state. In which real world that has happened, Mr. Matterson, and nobody sit down here saying nothing. A man who get a work, who have a matter with the same attorney general, running one part of the gas company, get a work to defend the state against which matter, right? Who matter come up just recently? Oh, what matter it was, I forget. Some matter come up just recently. They get Ramney in the work. Oh, the same matter with the same Blue Water man. Ramney get the work along with the two Queen's Council. How that right, Mr. Matterson? And we just sit down here and like be pious. We're not seeing that the wheel is being greased. The wheel is being greased by a group of people who don't have no respect for law nor nothing, and telling you about rights and legality. You think that you ask a question just now, it mightn't be legal, but is it moral? Is it moral for these fellas to get our work after they have a matter before the court? In any right country, what think what happened to these fellas? They not to sit back on the side and fight the matter with from innocence or guilty, then they come back in the society as functioning people? No, not in Trinidad. No. And you're expecting to change? You expect the culture of people, when you see that kind of thing, You expect a young man on the block to change? When the same man, when he lock up the same young man, say lock them up without the evidence, we'll find the evidence. And turn around and tell them walk in and get 20 million. And how we going to change? We have a man who right now in charge of head of national security, and they call his name in the parliament saying that a man who dead, that man is accused of financing his party. And he ain't pick up no defense and say, well, they're saying ain't true. And they want to talk about drugs and people and crime and come on, Mr. Matterson. We going down a slope here that I don't know, and we quiet is not. Let them get them time. Give them time. For what? To go away again. See, I hear the same way when them KFC calling, he make 5 fortnight and can't get him money yet. He stopped call when I challenge him there. You see he call back? He ain't call back.
Yeah, he getting sorted out.
So you get quiet. You know what they call that? You know how they describe that? As Negroes get to eat our food, all the rah and pra go on, you know. They forget the people that they was talking about making noise. They had a group of men right here was making noise for African people in a school in Mova. I tell them the other day, I swear they was making noise under the PNM. Why are they making noise for the same school to finish? No. But they get quiet, or they get work and eat our food. And the same man who was saying, no, next time I don't know, I ain't even hearing about it. We have an attorney, check it out. If something is to happen, and our man is a turner, you know, in the next 10 years, how they were described this government, when they say the attorney general, the state pay this man how much $1 million if he lost the case. You know how they describe this man? That was a PNM attorney general who got a walk in the UNC. Enjoy the evening.
The views expressed are not necessarily the views of the management of the Street 919 FM.
Yes. So, ladies and gentlemen, you know, we were talking about the jet ski incident in Tobago, and we were making a nexus between that and potholes in the road, but there are other things, right? So we were talking about
really government responsibility relative to upholding the law.
Because not upholding the law, but
ensuring that is upheld.
That we are not necessarily responsible for. Like the roads. Because that same school the gentleman was just talking about there is in front of that school. If you come, when you come down Paradise, the hill by Paradise, I think what do you call that move? Like Mova Old Road or Mova Avenue? I think that's Mova Old Road. And the one it's coming down to is Mova Avenue. That's always mix up the both of them. But when you come down that hill, as soon as you come down that hill by the T, right?
January T.
That road bad from there until you reach up the hill. But you see when you're going up the hill, on the left hand side, the road, you can't drive on the left hand side. So you have to drive on the right hand side. But cars could be coming down fast on the right hand side. On that's a blind hill. So you ain't seeing that car coming down the hill. That's an accident waiting to happen. As a matter of fact, it has had accidents there already.
But why why it was never fixed?
I don't know why they're not fixing it. I don't know what could be the reason why. I see a man that's come out sometimes straight up sometimes.
No, but
last week he was in front of Matapal Street because listen, that whole piece of road goes straight back to the almost by the corner to go by the police station.
Yeah.
That whole piece of road bad.
So
and that's so long time, man. That's so that transcends political organ. That's so under the PNM.
Yeah.
The UNC.
Adrian office wasn't far from that. The MP office not far from that.
Yeah, that bad long time. They ain't fixing that. And I'm saying if people understand what's going on with that jet ski situation in Tobago and that impending lawsuit by Anand Logan, what that says about an accident taking place there, somebody dying or even getting maimed or in some way getting serious damage, what they could do to the government. That's lawsuit. Because that's a negligence.
Yeah.
You not responsible for that road. Who responsible for that road? If you have a business and a man come by you,
slip and fall inside,
and your place wet.
Yeah.
But you don't have a sign.
Yeah.
Or you don't mopping it. And that man slip and fall and damage you back.
You get charged.
Not charged, you ain't getting charged. He could sue you for negligence. And it's the same thing. This is the same thing we're talking about, tort. Right? I remember studying law, there was a particular case, I think it was the Donahue matter. Those lawyers who maybe now come out of law school could maybe remember that. But you get sued for that. You get sued for that because
you
become responsible. You're negligent. You're contributory.
It have one. I know one lawsuit where a woman sued one of these. I call it a fast food outlet, where she got coffee and the coffee burned her mouth. And
right,
so
that was a big thing.
A big thing, and she won the case. You're giving me something to eat. It must be that which cannot bring harm or danger to myself.
Correct, but that is even. That one is even easier, right? Because that one is that is a thought too.
Next one I say, well, you could have feel the heat and blow the cup. No, it's irrelevant.
Yeah, that is a thought too.
Yeah.
But this one with that Tobago situation, the Tobago House of Assembly says something like that happened already, right? The head of that's Fadi said that.
Yeah.
He also said that they have a policy, they have a demarcation, but what he didn't say, or what he said, he don't know why it is not police, or he don't know why it is not controlled or managed. And therein lies the problem. Because if you have a policy, and the people who made it know that they're not supposed to go beyond the line, but the people who on the jet ski don't know the car coming, and you kill somebody, then both are liable. Both the assembly and the gentleman who's riding the jet ski.
What the confabulation here for me is this, is this, Well, who's going to defend the case on behalf of the state?
I mean, who defending the case on behalf of the state?
Yeah, who?
Well, not the Attorney General in this case.
Fali saying that, but he already saying they're negligent.
Right? The Assembly.
You understand what I'm saying? He's saying.
You mean who will defend the case?
Well, you're coming up against me, but I'm already saying, we.
No, he is saying that.
He's saying?
He ain't saying that. He's saying that he's agreeing that it happened already.
Right. Good.
Something like that happened already. Right. And he's agreeing that they have a policy.
Good.
To protect people from that. But we didn't hear him say that.
No, when he goes.
It's not a negligence.
So why?
It's a negligence. We hear him say it's a negligence.
No, the question is, he now in office last week, What has he done since in office to ensure, yes, that area is protected adequately?
Well, I don't know. I'd like to hear.
Because he's saying it happened already. Okay, it happened already. You come in now. What are you doing?
Well,
telling me it happened already and you in office over a year now, and you do nothing about it.
But understand where we're going. The thing is, the same thing could happen. The same thing could happen in this particular road situation all around the country. Imagine you driving down on a lonely piece of road in the night. A man light in your eye. Because that happened to me a couple of months ago. I remember driving in the back of that car and you roll in the back, like if you're going back to
cremation site in the back.
Cremation site in the back. A big pothole, bust my tire. A man, a light blinding me coming down the road, and I pull, and my tire burst. I remember that. I vex. If you see the hole.
You could sue for that,
This is what I'm saying. Nobody there, nobody get damaged, but it's an accident like that where people die. And nobody ain't thinking, well, here what happened. The man who ran across the road, he died in the accident.
No, but himself, for your damage of your vehicle, you could sue for that. That's what I'm saying.
I know. You're
And
talking
if
to
we're getting
it's speaking to the choir.
yeah, no, we're getting at. If people start suing for that, probably we'll have start having some smooth road, you know.
Well,
either you pay me or you fix the road. The choice is there.
Mm-hmm.
Pay me or fix the road, and I feel it'll be cheaper to fix the road than to pay all of us.
Well, yeah, it might be cheaper to fix the road. But the thing is, Fally and they have to certainly think about what we talking about here.
Because, okay, what I'm getting at, I'm visualizing as we talk Pigeon Point.
No, but you say something about suing the Attorney General. Because
well, you said that earlier. This is why I say who's defending who if he's suing. Who defending what?
He will not get sued.
Right, but he was to the Attorney General. We suing the Attorney General for.
Well, it had to be maybe a negligence on another part where they were supposed to provide something, or maybe they were supposed to provide a fund, and I don't know.
What I'm getting at is this. On the highway, we have a speed limit. And we said, look, we put the caution bar to protect. So that is the way we police men from leaving this side of the highway to go on the next side of the highway and run into somebody. The railing and the thing between the two highways. Right. So we had to put something to protect people and so forth, because we can't be there watching people whole day. So you put systems in place. Yeah? And there's only so much you could do logically. System in place. I go back to, I know in Pigeon Point there's the rope that you see the line in the water go up where people bathe inside here, and there's the signage here for bathe here and so forth. I don't know if there's no jet ski not allowed or sign no jet ski beyond this point.
No, contributory only comes in if there's a clear responsibility for which a normal man or you know who a clear response, you could identify a clear responsibility and ascribe that to another party.
Yeah,
right?
We good with that. Go ahead. We good with that. Just what I'm saying is that the responsibility of the government, in this case, House Assembly, is to ensure the necessary signage or guidelines or restrictive poster or medians are in place. Yes?
In the case of
the jet ski thing.
The jet ski thing.
We're talking about that.
Well, yeah. It's not only that. Is
because
they were supposed to police it.
No, you can't police. Okay, you can't police the whole highway.
No,
you can't police the whole highway. So you put systems in place.
Yeah, but that's different thing.
No,
Okay,
the man, you can't police everything. So you put system. The system they put in place so we not run from this side. We put barrier.
But in any case, the thing's supposed to be police, because, like for instance, in Tobago. If a man come across there, he must know it have a consequence.
Well, just now, this is the reason that we have signage and demarcation and so forth. We can't police 1 million people and 1 million activity.
But what if family?
Signage just now, the signage will say bathe here, and I know they have bathe within the sign for the people, and most people adhere to it, bathe within the thing. And the people, the whistle, them, what they call them, safety men, if you go too far out,
the lifeguard.
Lifeguard will blow away, you're going out too far and so forth. And in my mind, I can't remember seeing that jet skis, these are restricted area for jet ski can't go here, or glass bottom boat can't go here. I don't know what restrictive signage.
The operators across there know that. They know the rules, you know. The operators know the rules. They know what they could do and what they can't do. They know where they're supposed to be and where they ain't supposed to be.
So
the fact is, every now and again, people break the law.
So you break the speed limit and you bounce me and you tell me now, sue the state because you break the speed limit and bounce me?
Well, what is not the person who was the victim.
Right.
Because so the man who gets charged, he might be a man of straw. He might be a man of straw. He might be a man of straw. So he ain't getting nothing.
Yeah, getting nothing.
But you sue the state or you sue the assembly, because the assembly, in a sense, by their inaction, would have contributed. So contributory liability, and therefore they will not be the man. They will not be a man of straw. you can sue them and it's easier to sue them.
O.J. Simpson case come to mind when you talk that, yeah. Although you didn't catch him on murder, but again.
Well,
so.
Well, no, but yeah, I mean, one is you ain't get him on murder, but you hold him liable.
Liable, you dare I say O.J. Simpson?
Yeah,
O.J. Simpson come to mind. Yeah. But I want to follow this. I want to see what the state defense is, or what mechanism the state had in place to justify or to give credence to their case.
Well, first, what the first thing will happen, or the first thing that had happened, the matter have to go through. I mean, none of them could file a claim, but the matter they would obviously want the matter to go through the criminal.
Yeah, to see how that unfolds.
The criminal proceedings with respect to the man that was charged. I understand that the file is going to be sent to the DPP now, and once it goes through goes through the course of that, then the other side could decide to take its course, because obviously that man is a man of stroke.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
The whole mischief, not the mischief, but the whole issue of loss.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's not like he had insurance, so the operators had insurance or whatever.
Yeah.
So the whole issue of loss, somebody has to be compensated, and the person who will have the pocket to be able to do that will be the assembly, the House of Assembly. So that's how they will look at it. But see, I raise all of this to say also that this is something the state had to look at too, because the state is very negligent. And when I say the state,
yeah. In a number of areas.
The state is very negligent in a number of areas for which they could get a lawsuit for.
Yep. And the only reason I get lawsuit is because everybody can't afford a lawyer.
Well,
a lawyer want $40 for you to talk to them. The other pay the secretary $40 for you going to talk to them.
I don't even know if it's because of affordability. I think it's because of just ignorance.
Nah, people know.
I feel it's more ignorance than affordability, because sometimes if you have a good case, you might need not to pay. You have some pro bono.
We have pro bono lawyers who think pro bono in training. I don't know. I'm not aware. Yeah,
I love pro bono thing.
Yeah.
I mean, when I matter,
I like to have one or two lawyers who do pro bono work.
When industrial relations matter come to me, I know how much money I'm looking for, and I know if I have a good case, I will tell you just pay the filing fees and all that kind of thing, and sit back. I will take your matter. And I take 20% or 10% or whatever when you win. I tell the union that. So the thing is, yes, that people is plenty people is pro bono manners in Trinidad, lawyers and things, good lawyers and things.
Why it isn't Trinidad lawyers do advertise or can't advertise?
No, it's against the law to do that. You know
why?
That? Huh?
Why? I don't know.
Well,
the US they advertise.
The legal services, the
do answer it here. Here I want you to do. Yeah, here what you do. Go back to the history of the legal profession in England, and they will understand why they can't advertise, why they do advertise in Trinidad.
Tell me why.
No. What they perceive that profession to be. Yes? And a loft profession.
Okay. So the legal and judicial legal services, that's just against the rules.
And nobody can tell you justify why. It's just predicated upon ego, really and truly. But when you research it and ask the question, dig deep. US they advertise all about the place. Everybody advertise their profession. Yeah, but I can't.
Ambulance, she says all about insurance too.
That's it. You reach by the court where you want, and they go and say, my Lord, I know the man 20 years now. He's a good man.
There are plenty of them in Trinidad just say advertising, but everybody know.
Yeah. In different ways they do it, but to me that's strange and weird. But I look forward to this matter, and it really brings, and people must understand when you sue, we must be clear. You must see the government and people see PNM UNC. Is the state you're suing, eh?
Correct, and it's taxpayers.
Is taxpayers going and pay it, eh?
I tell some people that does this work.
Yeah.
In 1 hour thing.
Hmm.
I tell them, I say, listen, taxpayers' money. This is taxpayers'
Yeah,
money.
it's not the prime minister or some minister or MP money.
You saying flippantly, well, we send them home and it's cheaper to do that because it costs me plenty money. But anyhow, I take it.
It's taxpayers' money. People realize that.
And your reputation at stake too.
Yeah.
So the thing is, a lot of times, plenty times is sometimes in situations that you just had a way out the pros and cons. You just had a way out the whether or not it will, the end will justify the means.
Yeah.
Right. But you had to consider the fact that it's taxpayers' money, and sometimes you just had to do what you're supposed to do especially as a government agency. I talk about the man slipping and falling in your place. You have to consider you have a business place, and you're open for people to come in and participate in whatever offering your services or whatever. But you have to also be mindful that your place have to be in a certain secure place, secure occupational health and safety and that kind of thing, to prevent people from getting damaged and that kind of thing. Because if they do, you could be held liable.
Yeah. The only time you could get away from that if the person's a bandit.
Well,
but once it's by your invitation.
If you're a bandit, you want them to fall. You can throw some diesel on you.
Chase up water. Right? Really and truly. But once it's by invitation, really and truly, you have a duty of care.
But if the bandit fall and dies,
well,
you know your family can sue you. I just said. Think about it.
Yeah, your place was unsafe.
Your place was unsafe.
Yeah.
And to say that, well, you did X, Y, or Z because you was robbing, the penalty for robbing is not death. Which is the same thing. Which is the same thing we were saying.
Exactly.
On the scene. But caller, I know you're calling us, but we're out of time, so we really can't take your call. But
so the bandit slip and fall and he dead by you.
Yeah,
his family could sue you. He was negligent. Your place was unsafe. Your place was unsafe. Yeah.
I mean, in real, that happens in other places. I mean, some people say, well, you do it too. But ladies and gentlemen, we are out of time.
Tomorrow, please
and
God.
Certainly we will join you again tomorrow. You can join us tomorrow.